Hey, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey.
How you doing tonight?
Okay, what can I do for you?
You got any champagne?
Oh, sure. It's right over there next to the caviar.
That was funny.
Yeah, great. You'll find some in the big cooler back there.
So, how come you're not watching the Oscars tonight?
The Oscars?
Yeah, the Oscars.
I hate the Oscars.
You're not having a good time, huh?
I mean, who needs the goddamn movies anyway? I got a show in here every single night.
Yeah?
You got horror, sex, freaks, violence. And I don't gotta pay no $4 either.
Well, maybe you should film it. You could get your own show, you know?
Oh, I'll be great in a porno, huh?
Set him up.
I think you better dial 911.
No, you don't want to call 911?
Holy shit.
You remember me, viejo? Yeah, that's right. You remember.
Look like you grew some hair, man, since we last seen you.
Yeah, but not a lot, eh? Where's the rope? You know what I want? Go ahead! Come on, move! Move it! That's my money.
Take it. Take it, man. Take my life savings. Where's the goddamn cop when you need one, huh?
Pues they're out eating donuts, que no?
I got half a mind to get out there and burst your...
Now you only got half a mind.
Check him out, man. Yeah.
Órale. Let's go, hero. That's it right here. What are you grinning at, huh?
Well, you know, it's only 4 of you guys, and you only have one shot left in here, you know?
Go, man! Get the Monaco, man! Get him, man! Get him! Get him, man! He's doing it on the ground! He's a punk! Get him, man! Hey! I'm gonna cut your fucking heart out!
Yeah. Well, come and cut my heart out, okay? Come and cut my heart out.
Come on, punk!
Oh, I know what you're thinking. Mine's bigger than yours, right? It's not fair. Throw it away. All right? Come on. How about if I show you what it's like to be a victim like this guy? Huh? Come on.
You're fucking dead, man!
Ah, it's still not fair, that's right. Okay, how about this? I'll get down on my knees. Is this any better? Come and get some. Come and get some.
Looks like you won the Oscar tonight, Storm.
Coming up.
Thanks.
All right.
What's up, pups? How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, Christopher Gleason, T.S. Pedro, Rafael, what's going on? Fred, Shishio, Claudia. Oh, I got a lot of good stuff to tell you tonight. We got a lot of good stuff to tell you tonight. I got a special guest coming on. What's up, Grey Knight? What's up, Wisher? Zach, good to see you. Dr. Laws in the house. What's up, Data Dev? Tantab. Great to see you. Mark Milliken, what's up? Jim Corky, how you doing? What's up, everybody? It is absolutely crazy. I think I know a little bit about what you guys must be feeling. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I have special guests tonight. It's going to be very cool, man. Very cool. Let me get all set up. What is going on? Kick up the Zoom right now. Everybody smash the like button if you haven't smashed it already, and if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel. Whoa, hello. What is bit of red in the markets. That's all right. I like the color red. It's a good color. Looks good on me. It is what it is. It is what it is. How are you guys holding up out there? Anybody feeling pain? You guys feeling pretty chill? You guys feeling good? What are you guys going through? Oh, let me get this. Hit the right button. Yeah. Wow. It is crazy out there. Yo, Fast Abdul, how you doing, buddy? DG, what's going on? Off for a quick pint. All right, man, we'll see you in a little bit. Had a pint earlier on the water. Oh, I got some cool videos to show you from today. Some of you guys sent me some DMs about moving to Prague. Believe it or not, everyone is I guess, I don't know. I think people have been thinking about moving for a while, but definitely I got some cool stuff to share with you guys. And I think some people are coming out here in April and May, some Hexicans. Some of you guys know, some are kind of quiet. They don't, they're not loud in the community at all. You probably wouldn't even know who they are. But they're all coming out here in May, I think. What's up, Benty? What's up, Hex Union? What's up, Aerosol? Sunny, California. Yeah, my home. My old home. Now I got my new home. What part of California are you in, Aerosol? What's up, Patton9? How are you? Treasury bill to $1. Oh, boy. Here we go again. What's up, Alex? You want another dip? It's still dipping. What else? How much more of a dip you want? What's up, Shannon? How are you? When I dip, you dip, we dip. That's right. What's up, Alex? Luna Sea Point, great seeing you. Let's see what's going on here. So this shout out to Lights Out. He just posted this. He says, this is how Pulse Latina is spending your money. Oh, I don't want that music. You're Bay. Okay. I was from LA. I guess it does kind of look like Pulse Latina. Is that Pulse Latina? She got a new house, that's for sure. I bet the money she got goes a long way where she's at. It's getting cool. What's up, Chastown? How are you? My bank out to $1. I do miss California, but now it's getting springtime here in Central Europe, and it's beautiful. There's no other place in the world that's as beautiful as where I am right now in the spring. Well, I'm sure there's some it's debatable, but it's very beautiful. I don't know where I got that from. Lights Out. What's up, buddy? Thank you for that picture. All right. Oh, let me play you guys this really quick. This is just a really quick breakdown on the tariffs. All right. Yo, Crypto Artie, what's happening? Yo, hey, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now before I forget. Let me get that going really quick. Where's it at? I know some of you guys are heading out drinking. People are a little stressed. You know, that's fine. I understand, man. I had some drinks today, I'm not going to lie. Having just a little bit of tequila right now. Just a little bit. Yo, in the UK, what's going on? Most of my friends out here where I live are from the UK. 3M63R, how's it going? Wookie, the Syndicate, how you doing, man? Oh, I haven't seen you in a little bit, buddy. I think I've seen you a while back. Gorilla, what's going on? The Wolf Pack is here. All right, everybody, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe. We have to get the word out about what's going on. The best projects in crypto, we got to tell people about them. You got to pump your bags. So help pump the channel. You just had some methylene blue. I've been hearing rumors about it. Is it good? Do you recommend it? I'm nervous about getting into like the latest hyped supplement, right? It's kind of like buying the latest hype meme coin. It's probably about to dump. Like the second I get methylene blue, it'll come out that it kills brain cells and causes some weird cancer or something like that. No longer an illegal immigrant. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations, man. It's good you're not an illegal immigrant anymore. The MakerDAO Telegram? I've been going in there once in a while. But tell you what, Malik, if there's something very recent, like something really interesting you want to share, you can send it to me. It's in the St. Wolf Telegram. I'll put it up. And just let me know you put something in there and I'll bring it up. Big no-no, MB. Ariel, what's that mean? Big no-no, MB. What does that mean? Pat 9. Oh, thanks, man. Really appreciate that. Shout out to you, sir. All right, listen to this. A quick breakdown on the tariffs.
Because Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed. The most insane trade war has officially begun because Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed and have now all announced their own plans on how to retaliate against Trump's tariffs. So what the hell is going on? Well, you see, yesterday Trump's promised 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China officially kicked in. What that means is that any goods sent from these countries to the United States will now cost companies 25% more, or 10% in China's case. So for example, if a Canadian business sent a car to the US that cost $50,000, today US companies will pay a $12,500 tariff at the border. So the price of your once $50,000 car is now actually $62,500. Why would Trump purposefully make things more expensive for Americans? Well, two main reasons. The first is more of a longer-term, unguaranteed benefit.
What the fuck kind of music do you have playing on this shit?
Longer-term, unguaranteed benefit. But it would be to change consumer habits to buy more American-made products and incentivize more international companies to manufacture in the U.S. In theory, that means a stronger U.S. economy, more stable jobs, and less dependence on foreign countries. The second reason for imposing these tariffs would be to use them as a tool to pressure Canada, Mexico, and China into doing what Trump wants. Some of these things that he's publicly mentioned include renegotiating trade deals, stopping illegal immigration, and the flow of fentanyl. There's also the far-fetched idea of Canada becoming a state of America. But here's where things get interesting, because instead of just doing what Trump wants, Canada has clapped back with a 25% tariff of their own, and Mexico said they're doing the same but haven't announced the percentage yet. China reacted a little differently by preparing to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So why is Trump not backing down? Just listen to this. In 2023, Canada sent 76% of all of their exports to the United States. That accounts for roughly 19% of their entire GDP. In 2024, Mexico sent 78% of all of their exports to the United States. That makes up 37% of their entire GDP. But for America, their exports to both countries combined only make up roughly 2.7% of their entire GDP. So simply put, even if they do retaliate, getting into a tariff war with the United States would hit Canada and Mexico much harder. Trump knows this, and he's using it.
So we are in a tariff war. And really the way I look at it is we're going to see a bit of destruction of demand, because things are going to get expensive until we compensate by America, making some of these things and picking up the slack, competition to pick up. Now, in the long run, it's good. If you're bullish on America, it's good. It's only going to strengthen America in the long run. Trump is very pro-America. He's not pro-globalism. The Democrats are generally have been pro-globalism, starting with Clinton, and he's pro-America. So if you want America to compete, it's going to have to pick up the paces. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough to compete. There's no doubt about it. What's this? This guy going off. But remember, for example, let's say this car is coming in from Mexico, and he was using the example like it was 50,000 and now it's 60,000, let's just say. Well, if there's a competing car and that competing car was 50,000, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to just increase their price a little bit as well, right? So they know that your competition is 60 grand, but they're not going to leave their price at 50 grand. They might increase it to 55 grand. So it'll go up, right? It'll still be cheaper, but it's going to raise the price on everything. All right. So if you have clothing that was coming in from wherever, India, Mexico, somewhere, and there was a competing brand, sure, maybe those prices are going to go up, but it doesn't mean everything else is going to stay where it is too. I think in general, a lot of things could get expensive for a little bit until more suppliers start making the product and competition enters the market. When you have that more competition come in, then you'll see finally a lowering of prices. Okay, so we got a little bit of way to go. It's probably better in the long run. One thing I want to say about Trump is
The most insane.
he's here for 4 years. Okay, and this is his last presidency, right? And unless you believe all the hype that he's about to become a dictator and all that stuff. But I think this is the last presidency, and he's going to want to end it with a bang, okay? So I do believe that the latter half of his presidency, we're going to see an epic bull run, all right? And that may be to chagrin of some people, but I've been saying since December, if you guys have been following my videos, that we're going to have this very unique bull run. And the next bull run is going to come very quick, and this one's going to be just weird. And I think the real highs are going to come in 2026, 2027. And I think that's just the way it's going to be. Okay, it may go 2027, 2028. It's just going to go longer than people realize. Maybe they'll call it a super cycle. I don't know. But they're going to need some time here to go through whatever we're going through. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to have major pumps and we're not going to have some other bullish moves ahead. But I think the really, really big, epic move that everybody wants to see happen like we had in 2021 is probably not going to happen until 2026, 2027-ish. And I've said this before as well. I've been saying this since November, December, that we're going to have this weird cycle, and we're probably going to go much longer than people realize. All right? And that's going to mess up a lot of people. And you know, that's good. But what it's going to do for Trump is it's going to end his presidency on a high. Instead of us pumping mad now, he's letting some pressure out of the valve, you know, go through a little bit, you know, recession vibes. And then he's going to pick it up and force the Fed to pivot at some point. Maybe something will eventually break. The Fed is kind of staying where they are. And eventually something's going to break for sure. There's a lot of stress being put on things. And then, you know, money printer will go burr. But the people have been saying money printer go burr since 2022. And that's just been really bad because we're at 2025 and it's not anywhere in sight. Okay, they're not going to do it until something breaks, and they're certainly not going to start printing money when we're at all-time highs, which we're no longer at all-time highs, but we're still up there. If you look at the Schiller, the PE ratio, all those things, we're quite a ways away from forcing the Fed to pivot. I think still a little bit away. Could happen in Q4. Maybe we start. Maybe Q3. Maybe this summer. Who knows? Rafal says China will always find a way to sell cheap junk to everyone. That's true. That's true. China's not going anywhere. China is crushing it. Okay, China's crushing it. They're eating our lunch right now. Bright Light says, I'm more interested in how and what companies move back to the U.S. instead of the tariffs. Consumer behavior will change over time. 2026, what's this? Ebonics says it's the dumbest analysis I've ever heard. Now, why is that, Ebonics? Is it because you're retarded? Inhetes Shah says, early peak from mid-2026, super bear. 18-year real estate cycle ends there too. Yeah, look, it could be 2026. A lot of this cycle, you know, if you're talking about the banner cycle, you know, it's 100 years old. And sure, it shows a peak being 2026, but it also showed the last peak in 2019. The actual peak was about 2021. So, you know, 100 years ago, if he's off by a year or two, that's still amazing. But I think that's the reality. So I think when they show the 2026 being peaked, it means it could be 2027, it could be 2028, and it would still be lined up really well. I believe even I'm not even sure if the .com lined up exactly on the chart, but I do think it's a little bit ahead from where we are now. Yeah, we'd love to hear your take, Ebonics lover. Shocked at why you'd be here. What's up, Pookie Doo? How you doing, man? I'm literally waiting to hear your amazing and your take on it. You can even send us a link. We'll be more than happy to look at where you get your ideas from. And by the way, you know, they've smashed ETH down. I called the move on Pulse where we are exactly to a T. Just about. Where is that freaking chart at? Is this it? Where is it? Where is it? Chart. What's up, Bud P? How you doing, man? How you doing? So let's see here. Let's see. Ooh. So yeah, look, man. People don't want to hear. They don't want to hear what's going on. They don't want to hear anything real, right? A lot of people want to be told bullshit right now, and because people have bad takes on what's been going on, right? So here you can see this. I know some of you guys are new. I put this on Twitter just to show everybody. I did this chart on January 6th. You can see down here. Let's see if I can pull this up, right? Okay, so you can see here, January 6th, 2025. So now it's, what, 4 months? 4 months old, this chart, and look what I drew. I drew March 24th, and look where I put the chart. Now, I put 0.000013. I think we're at 0.00001718. Anyway, we're heading there, and the price action is very similar. So you're going to always have Ebonics Lover wants to argue. He's like, sorry, I can't argue right now. I'm driving. So there's always people that are going to be mad that some people know what's going on, all right, and they're ahead of the curve. And you know, I just look at charts. It's not personal for me. Look, if the chart shows we're going somewhere, I'm going to show you guys. All right. I also want to show you guys really quick my Bitcoin chart that I did in December. You guys remember? Rackham says he's going to buy another car soon and destroy this little pump. Did he really say that? Yo, Stream Elements, what's up, man? Wait. Oh, Magic Carpet Ride, what's going on, man? Yo, good to see you, brother. Yeah, I saw your subscribe comment. Everybody subscribe, man. Pumps me up. Really great. And thanks for those likes that just came in too. You guys are absolutely amazing. I want to show you this really quick, and we'll go deeper into charts too, but I'm going to show you this really quick too. So Ebonics Lover can be mad all he wants. Let's see where we at. As you guys remember, in December, I drew this take, right? And a lot of it played out exactly to a T. Well, guess what else played out almost exactly to a T? Almost the rest of the chart. Where are we at? So you guys remember I was on with Pedro. And once again, I can pull up the clip. It's in the live streams. It's on my channel. You guys can go look. Remember we charted it right here? And it ended up playing exactly, going up exactly. We met the chart. I missed a little bit of the move, but I did catch the fact that we were going right there to that resistance. And then we went and chopped this way. I nailed that as well. We dropped sooner than I expected. But I also wrote that we could probably come down here to the 300 and chop sideways. Well, we didn't get to the 300. We ended up, though, doing exactly a chop sideways like I predicted. We just did it between 80 and 85 in this range, as opposed to, 74 and 79. But we're doing exactly that move. We're just going sideways like I was expecting. Because I said this would be the most painful thing. I said if we just go sideways, it's just going to wreck people. So that's what we've been doing. We dumped down and we've been going sideways. So it's good to do TA and be ahead of it. And let me see here. What's up, bro? Hey, you landscaper, man. Good to see you. All right, let's watch this video really quick. I don't see what this guy's talking about here. Down here. Who's this guy? I think I've seen him pop up elsewhere, too. Let's hear this, too. It's true. Facts. Oh, you guys don't have audio, that's why.
20 trillion every year.
Did you guys get any of it?
Makes complete sense.
Fucking sound. Oh, no. Yeah, I see that. It does this once in a while. Mars transmission? Okay, let me know now. How's it sounding?
The US has 36 trillion in debt. In 2025,
Better?
They will spend 6 trillion, but will only collect 4 trillion in revenue. So they need to borrow 2 trillion,
now?
and this will increase their debt to 38 trillion. Trump economic plan is based on 3 levers.
Sound is scrambled? Okay, weird. Okay, what about my voice? Can you guys hear my voice? I fucking hate it when this happens. None? No. Good. Okay, so I came in now. What about the video? Oh, we don't need to listen to this guy. I think you guys get what's going on. All right, good. Thank you. Sorry about that. No idea. Sometimes this weird stuff happens. It's just a weird internet thing, I guess. Get a little music back on. I don't like his accent. Yeah, I could barely understand what he was saying anyway, to be totally honest. No offense. Cool. All right, so this is a post from Obey126. And by the way, I put the sample rate issue. Was it? Okay. Well, it happens. I couldn't understand a word he was saying anyway, to be totally honest. But look, here's the point. Let me just to recap back on this thing about the Trump tariffs. Look, we got a massive debt, and one of Trump's goals is to start bringing that down and eating into that. Now, I think there could be a play of reevaluating gold and things like that, but most importantly right now, they need to concern themselves with the rate and the borrowing rate and all these things, okay? So they will need to bring those rates down for sure. There's no doubt it's going to happen, okay? So that's it, man. The tariff war, it is what it is. It is what it is. And hopefully it strengthens the country in the long run, because if you're an American, that should be your goal, right? It seems like that's what they want to see happen. And they want to bring down that debt, because nobody's buying U.S. debt right now. And that's a huge problem, okay? That's a huge problem. It just is what it is, okay? He says, instead of convincing us that Trump is smart, knows what he's doing. I'm not saying Trump is smart, knows what he's doing. I'm just recapping what is actually happening, dude. I don't live in your retarded world of fantasies, okay? You have to look at what's happening, just like an athlete on the field, and accept that the puck has moved where it's moved. And that's what's going on. And you want to understand why the play is happening that way, right? So that you can position yourself correctly. You know, it's all part of charts. It's all part of looking at things the way they are, man. I'm sorry if you don't understand the market and you've been hurt or whatever, but you should follow the right people and you get a handle of what's going on, man. But it is what it is. Anyway, look, Obey126. Once again, yeah, like, hey, it's not about whether I like any particular party or Trump or the Fed. It's like you got what you got and you got to deal with what you get. That's the way it is, you know. Obey126, kind of like with this Rabby situation. It doesn't matter whether I like Rabby or not, or any of these people. It just matters that this is the game being played right now, and we got to play it. And how well you do in the markets is correlated to how well you can play these games and react properly to what's going on, right? So you don't want to live in like some weird bubble. This Obey info is wild. Is it? Okay, let's check it out. All right, Obey126. Now this just came out. Now I don't know how accurate, this is, but I'm just going to read it. We're just going to look at it for what it is, and we'll see if we can make something out of it. He says, "Why is it we lost Rabby and DeBank when we did? No warning, no reason given. DeBank is a tool they wanted to remove. It allows for deeper analysis of wallets and transactions. People were getting to the bottom of what I believe is a coordinated institutional attack on the chain." Now, this is a really interesting point, okay? Before I even go further, sound is fucked again? What happened? Are you guys hearing this all right? Do you guys hear me? What is up with the sound? What do I have on here? What's going on? I got nothing else extra on. You guys should be hearing everything great. Just give me smash the like button if everything sounds fine. Fast Abdul says sound is not right now. You good? Keep going. All right, okay. Sound is good. Okay, good. Yeah, system looks good right now. Okay, so I was sitting around thinking about that over a pint, and I was like, I don't think they give a fuck about Rabby Wallet. I don't think this is about Rabby Wallet at all. What's up, CB7? What's up, Lunacy Point? Yeah. Thanks, Yanks. Really appreciate that. I don't think this had anything to do with Rabby. I don't think they give a flying fuck about Rabby. I think it's about DeBank. So already I'm in agreement about this, because I said, what would you want to do? You'd want to make things impossible to investigate. That's one of the reasons I think that who's that guy that investigates chains? He wouldn't come over here and investigate our chain, because we don't have the right way to access what's happening deep on PulseChain. All right, so nobody was coming over here to help and look, because they don't have the tools to come over here and help and look. So I thought that this play with Rabby wasn't about Rabby. I thought it was about DeBank as well. There was something else about it. He says, now it's much harder for DeBank. Better question. Why was one of the extractor wallets seed funding from an exchange based in the Netherlands? Why was one of the extractor wallets seed funding from an exchange based in the Netherlands? JP, I don't know who this is. That's another person. Put me up on this last night, and now I can't stop thinking about it. All right, let's look. DeBank owns Rabby. Yeah, exactly. They do. ETH balance, you're about 3,000 ETH. Okay. You got over $5 million in ETH, funded by Bitvavo Cold. Okay. And I guess that must be an exchange in the Netherlands. Now, the Rabby thing looks like a coordinated attack in cahoots with the pDAI extractor. It's very possible. Crypto Coffee says the rebrand of Maker to Sky probably brought some uncertainty around governance. RH is right to assume others will act antagonistically to him. Yeah, man, it's very true. It's very true. This is the current value of the sacrifice. This is Dirty Crypto. Shout out to him. One day it's going to be worth over $1 billion. Why did this wallet buy ETH at its local top? Could be for numerous reasons. It was originally the #1 holder of DAI stablecoin in all of crypto. It plans to earn yield. It pivoted and purchased ETH. Why? Maybe Ethereum was safer due to the weird voting taking place with DAI ecosystem. Imagine the entire wallet being invalidated, blacklisted, or frozen. Maybe the entity in control of the wallet feared that Ethereum might have a fast run-up like Bitcoin did with this ETF approval. It's all about timing and security. At this stage of the 4-year cycle, Ethereum should be way higher than it is now. Today, you think it was a bad move when the candles are red. Tomorrow, you think it was a genius move when Ethereum is breaking all-time high. It's not about, well, look, a lot of times it's not about whether you have the right trade. No one knows if they had the right trade, okay? Like, I drew that thing that I showed you earlier about Pulse being where we are now in January, but I didn't know that was going to happen, right? But you trade with what's called risk management. So for example, if you think ETH is going to break out to all-time highs and you have a position of $100, you would maybe put in $10 of it. Then you'd wait for a breakout. And then maybe you would add to that position 30 or 40 bucks. So now you've got half your capital deployed and you've got a breakout, a retest, it's going up. Now you deploy the rest of your position. That's how it works. It's not about whether he was right or wrong. Nobody knows if you're right or wrong. Nobody. But you make your trade appropriately. Now, when you're dealing with a position size of, I don't know how much this position was, $100 million? I don't know. You don't deploy $100 million. Like nobody does that. You would deploy $10 million. You'd wait for a breakout retest, then maybe you'd deploy the rest slowly. It's called DCAing into a position. Right? You just dollar cost, and you could do it quickly. You don't have to dollar cost on the way up, but you don't YOLO like a 19-year-old just fucking got $1,000 fucking check from his parents for graduating school. Like I don't know. You don't do that. No one knows if it's a right or wrong ever on any trade. Nobody knows. DeBank owns Rabby. P-Dong the dollar. Risk management, that dong. Uncharted. Heard that T is just palm reading for dudes. Is that true? A bunch of malarkey? No, it's definitely not, man. There's definitely a science to it. There's pure emotion on these screens, and you learn to see how it moves, and you do it. All right, so is there more to this story here with this DeBank thing? Did we get more? So he's putting some wallet addresses here. Another hot wallet. No matter how you turn around, we're too smart for good. I don't know, too many coincidences. Have they gotten anywhere? Do we have any more information? Funny enough, I was also talking to some more suspicious wallets and movements from some wallets connected to some Uniswap, Ult3 deployer, but fuck DeBank. P-Dong. You're beginning to see what I see. Use Arkham. Let's see, did we get anything? All right, so there's somebody attacking us, and maybe this exploit is part of that, and it's very possible. It's very possible. I mean, it's not a secret that RH did not make a lot of friends in the crypto space over the last few years. There's no doubt about that, okay? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Christopher. Really appreciate that. What's up, Sharon? Yeah, man, a lot of noobs. Yeah, you get used to it. I can pull up more receipts. All my charts are up there. My calls have been surreal at this point. Decentralize me on triggering flop auctions. Okay, let's check it out. So I don't know if you guys have any more information on this with Obey. And Obey, shout out to you. Nice work. Keep on it. We'd love to see more if you have it. There definitely is something going on for sure. It could be a competitor. It could be somebody insulted. It could be just a group of people in Cardano that just absolutely hates him. Okay, some big whales in Cardano that are pissed off. And I mean, when you continuously make enemies, there's some point you get to where you just have too many enemies than friends, and things can go really bad for you. There's no doubt about it. All right, you have to, we're all vulnerable. Nobody's an island. You got to get going. Whoa, what's up, brother? How you doing? I got a guest in the house. Yeah, can you guys hear? Yeah, I can punch in. You can't hear me? Okay, hang on. Let me hit some buttons and maybe it'll start to work. Hang on one second. If I click that button, what's this? Oh, maybe you have to click.
I hear you now.
Oh, now you hear me. Okay, I had to click a button.
Are we live?
Yeah, you want me to punch in?
Oh shit, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Pups, I got a guest coming in. Everybody make some noise. I think you guys have seen this man before.
Yo.
What's up,
Saint Wolf?
How you doing, Coffee? What's going on, man?
I'm good. I just been working, doing side projects and whatnot, but surviving the markets, trying to make some content once in a while, and just surviving. I don't trust this little pump we got, this little baby pump. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it may not hold very long. I do think a bigger pump could be coming. We could get a pretty big rally. I mean, it was a pretty big dump. We'll look at those charts and look at how high we could go. But I do think, we're probably not going to push up to all-time highs anytime soon. But we'll look at it unbiasedly and give it an honest take. I want to get your name on here. I had the button on for your name. Oh, wait. If I click this button. Hey, you want to change that name, or are you okay with that one on Zoom you got?
I think people, hold on one second.
It's your call, man. The name, hey, everybody smash like.
I don't normally do Zoom.
The name button is working finally on this. Yeah, I know. Zoom. It's cool once you learn it, but it's a bit confusing at first. It's like very, very boomer. I don't know. It's just kind of confusing.
Yeah, no,
whatever name you want to put in there, man. Who is this guy? Look, we got a lot of noobs in the chat. We got a lot of noobs today in the chat, so you have to forgive him.
I forgive Fast Abdul.
There it is.
I forgive him for his sins.
Coffee Crypto. Can you guys see that? We finally got name tags working. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've talked to you, man.
You've got the real deal setup going on here. The overlays, the price feeds, this is cool.
We're being fed, dude. We got our own Oracle over here.
I didn't realize you were like a more of a chart reader even before PulseChain and all that.
Yeah. I'm into charts and stuff. You didn't know that?
Yeah. I guess I thought you came to crypto for PulseChain, but it's like you were in it and then you found PulseChain.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was watching like some older stuff. I was like, oh, you kind of an OG, but just, yeah.
And like, I wasn't sure whether I should share charts and stuff like that. And then a few people were like, hey man, you should share charts. Like, not a lot of people do that on PulseChain. I was like, yeah, but then I'll probably be attacked because you're not always right. I mean, even if you're good at charts, it's no real trader is like always right? Like,
you're gonna get attacked no matter what you do, man.
Yeah,
people are losers. They're miserable. They just want to take shots at whoever's on the camera, right?
It's true.
They're not gonna go on camera themselves.
It's true. Even if I didn't do charts, yeah, they'll find a reason to attack you anyway. A call you made, or
they'll nitpick. They'll find some old tweet you made 2 years ago and say, "Look, he's wrong."
Yeah. So I started sharing charts on that, and then I just got comfortable doing it, and then I started doing the lives, doing the charts, and then once you do that, it's like I can't take anything back. So I was like, okay, that's fine. You see everything. You see all my work. I do all the charting live. I do all my TA live. My price action charts are all done live, and now I like doing it. It's cool because it holds me to a standard as well, right? Doing the work, right?
Yeah, well, people like you, man. I've heard nothing but positive reviews on people that watch your content. I mean, personally, I don't have time to watch crypto content these days. But
yeah.
I've heard a lot of people
cool.
say good things.
I'm shocked, actually. I'm shocked.
Yeah. Couple of my IRL friends.
Oh, right on, man. Well, that means something. That means something, man. That's
You're doing
cool.
something good. People like it.
I love it.
Shout out to Obey. What are we talking? Are we talking about Obey's Twitter?
Well, he did you get to see that that post that he just made? Wait, what was that?
What was that?
Oh, hi. Hang on.
I'm interested.
My mouse got jammed. My mouse just froze. Coffee's been tested for hyper. What? I should proofread.
I can't read the chat. I'm sure it's funny though.
Coffee, we based over here, bro.
What up, Red Bull Vodka? Great name.
I'll ask Coffee about Cash Money in a sec, for sure. Remember that, if I forget. Coffee's real name is Archibald Funk Bottom.
This is true. Doxed.
There are rumors that you are the founder of PulseChain, by the way. I have heard these circulate.
Oh, God.
How much truth is that?
Oh, God. I mean, I actually legitimately heard somebody, I was at a crypto meetup, and someone was like, oh, yeah, PulseChain, isn't the CEO that one Australian guy? I'm just like, yeah, man. I replied, yes, absolutely.
Always say yes.
Enjoy your day.
3M says Coffee's mic is a shadow of its former self. Your mic's disappeared.
My mic sucks?
No, I think it's because it's like blurred out or something. That's probably what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this guy, Obey, said, did you see that thing where he's saying that he thinks it's not about Rabby, it's about DeBank. That DeBank is a tool they wanted to remove because it allows for deeper analysis of wallets and transactions. People are getting to the bottom of what he believes is a coordinated institutional attack on the chain. And now it's harder without DeBank. Why was one of the extractor wallets seed funding from an exchange based in the Netherlands? So it's interesting. I mean,
well, part of what I think about that is they're a company that wants to protect their reputation. They're based in Singapore. I don't think they probably follow much of the American news. But when they see the founder of the chain saying, scary words like exploit and then sharing DeBank screenshots, it might be as simple as like they don't want to be associated with an exploit. They might think, oh, all those PulseChain guys, I guess they're like hackers or something. And like, people make very broad decisions quickly without diving in. And to give them not the benefit of the doubt, because I'm obviously not happy with them. But if I was that company and I just all of a sudden see all this commotion, people sharing DeBank links of some exploit, even though it's not like a catastrophic, sure it's an exploit, but it's like one guy dumping 40K of pDAI. Yeah. So it's not like it's gonna kill anybody, but
no.
They probably just didn't want their name associated with that. Now, is it deliberate that? I mean, who would want Richard to fail, right? Let's think about that. I probably a lot of people, but is it really DeBank, like this random Singapore company? I don't know.
I think there could be people connected to. I think there's a lot of burned bridges there. We never know who it could be. Sometimes when the truth comes out, it's like something, somebody got in a fight with a long time ago, or who knows, right? Who knows? Could be personal, maybe not. We don't really know. One thing I'll say for sure is that I do think it's weird that they wouldn't like it, because wouldn't that be good advertising for DeBank if you can see the exploit and then it shows that DeBank is a great way to see what's going on? Wouldn't that be positive for DeBank?
Yeah, but it's the same reason MEXC delisted us right after the Interpol news. People just don't want these negative associations with their brand.
Yeah.
But it's you can still track the things on the block explorers. It's a bit harder, but you can still go to Otterscan, and we're gonna have a brand new block explorer, which hopefully will be able to show us some revelations. It's harder to track, but you can still do it.
Right. Well, we got to make it work with what we got. I wonder if he does think it's a coordinated thing, maybe he'll get some more information for us. He did post this other guy's thing on here, because he's saying this person, JP, put him up to this last night, and now he can't stop thinking about it. So do you know who this person is?
Well, I love this guy, whoever it is. It's anonymous, but this guy is always in the thirst traps, like girls taking bikini pics, and then he'll always be shilling Hex in the comments on Twitter under like thirst traps. I think it's good advertising. He's a great reply guy. He really is a Richard Schiller. I mean, look, he works hard on Twitter to shill.
Oh, yeah.
What was his theory?
Well, I guess he's the one who got Obey onto this concept or whatever it is. So,
I think it's easier to believe sometimes that things are coordinated when really it's just like simple incentives of, hey,
could be. Yeah.
We don't want to be associated with a scam.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do the research and realize that it's not actually a scam.
Yeah. 100%, man. 100% could be pretty basic. Yo, you put out a video.
That takes the fun out of it, doesn't it?
Well, I think we just want certainty, right? So that now we're back to the hunt.
Yeah.
Then. Okay, it's not that. We got to find out what it is. Somebody was asking what you thought of Cash Money. Is that what you guys were asking? You want to know what Coffee thinks of Cash Money? Who said that?
I don't know who that is.
He doesn't know who that is. You're probably a more sane person if you don't know who that is. Where is it?
Okay.
Ariel Soul said, I want to hear what Coffee thinks about Cash Money's intel.
Well, tell me what the intel is.
Yeah, well, he makes videos about pDAI.
Okay.
And he just showed up.
What do we got?
Showed up out of the blue. Is there something specific about the intel you want him to quote? He doesn't know who that is. I said it, of his intel. I guess maybe his intelligence, but he doesn't know. Coffee doesn't know who he is, so that's it. Maybe we'll bring it up. You guys send me a link of something you want him to see. I'll bring it up. I'll throw it up. Yo, you put out a video recently, Coffee, and I wanted to watch it. It was probably your latest one, right? I think it just came out today, actually.
Richard's plan?
Yes, with the destruction of the inflation on Hex. Can you give us, since you just put it out, what's fresh for you about that? Like, what inspired you to make that, and what's your main thinking there?
Yeah, I don't think Richard obviously doesn't make any actions that are unplanned. It seems obvious that he would want to kill inflation to shake people out at the lows.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting part was the staking ladder, because all of these dates every year, it's basically March 7th of every year up until 2035 are going to be days of yield boosting events.
Okay.
Assuming that Richard doesn't restake that hex. If he just ends the stake, then he basically has these levers to pull like once a year.
Okay.
To choose to benefit, it would basically increase the yield like 10 to 20% every time he would end one of those stakes in the ladder. So it's almost a reverse halving, where instead of a supply shock, you have these dates to look forward to in Hex now. Let's assume the price is doing better and it's not, it's not actually wrecked. Then you have these hype events where the yield gets boosted up.
So if
that was really my only thinking.
So if he ended one of them, what kind of increase would you see? Benefit?
Look, I haven't done the actual math, but I think it is, maybe a 10 to 20% yield increase. You could do the math with like the T shares and how much T shares are now going to would be out of the system.
Okay.
So there'd be less T shares in the system. Basically, every current staker would then be getting more because it wouldn't be getting sucked up by that one of those super huge OA stakes.
Okay. It's interesting. He did that. I mean, how do you generally feel about him doing that?
Oh, what do you mean with the hex stakes? He
crushed the inflation, right? I mean, not deflation.
Yeah,
but
it kind of sucks for short term.
Yeah.
For short term hex stakes, it's not really attractive anymore, right? Why would I want to stake for 1 year just to make 1.6% APY?
Yeah. Well, what about for long term too, though?
Well, long term is cumulative, right? So if you do a 10-year stake, it might be 4% over 1 year, but at the end of the 10 years, you basically got 40% because it accumulates every year.
Okay.
So long term, like 3, 4, 5 years and up, maybe for the next cycle or whatever you want to stake for, that's still attractive to me. But if you're not even getting as much as you can get in a high yield savings account, I think this encourages a lot of people to, if you're short term minded, and I've got a short term bag and a long term bag, but if people were just trying to roll their stakes infinitely, it's a shakeout strategy. It's pretty simple. And we've seen a lot of hex leave after that. It's been about a month since all that happened, and I think that that's as simple as that. Trying to shake people out at the lows because it's less dead weight on the way up.
Okay. Are you still recommending for people to do long stakes right now?
I mean, I don't recommend anything, right? People make their own decisions, but what I've done personally is I've got a bunch of long-term stakes in a ladder because I believe that Hex has a long-term future. But now that I had these shorter 1-year stakes, maybe 6-month stakes, I don't really find those necessary anymore just to make, 0.5% APY. I'm keeping maybe 20-30% of my bag liquid nowadays.
Yeah, I have some liquid too. I might have a similar percentage, like 10% liquid. Yeah, a little bit.
Because everyone wants to cash out when the price goes up.
Yeah,
obviously.
You got a little bit to trade. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Deerslayer agrees with you on that. Stroke.
Oh, about emergency end staking?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm guessing that's why. Yeah. Stroked Out is asking, Coffee, what are your... Let me prove before I just yell these out. You never know what chat's asking. What are you done?
I think there's two things that are objectively true. There's some guy, or there's actually 2 players now that have figured out this minting glitch.
It seems like that, yeah.
They're able to extract. It's not catastrophic. Let me say that I would like pDAI to continue as a meme narrative. But let me also say that if you read all of Richard's tweets about it, and if you just process all the information that the founder of the chain has publicly said, he's clearly not pegging it. So anybody that's still claiming that Richard's somehow behind it and that here was the plan, right? He was going to put up theoretically billions of his own dollars to peg a system that has flaws in it, that has owners of maker tokens that are owned by the original maker team. Why would he? I mean, there was always a shaky narrative to me. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But after reading the tweet storms, I'm sure. I'm sure, and these are hard pills to swallow, that Richard Hart has no intention of pegging pDAI. And if people still want to make up the fact that he is pegging pDAI somehow after reading all that information, I think you're heavily bag biased, and I think it's delusional. So you can hate me for that. I don't care. Like, I don't have the same bags you do, so I'm not thinking with the same biases. But, I mean, to me, I don't think any sane person can read what Richard said and still say, oh, he's got a grand master plan. He does not have a master plan to peg it. Now, can the coin still pump? Yeah, sure. I'd like it to. I'd like the inflation bug to stop. But I think everyone's just pretending that Richard still somehow has this grand plan. And then the price is going to go up and everyone's going to say, oh, look, I told you so. It doesn't mean that he's got a grand plan just because the price goes up. End of story.
Do you think that he had a plan possibly before the revelation of Exploiter?
I think he never had a plan to.
It was just...
I think that was entirely... I think it's possible that perhaps... and I think a lot of people believe that he does, because some people might have even been tricked into potentially believing that Richard himself is like talking to them. Either like talking through the blockchain, which is kind of like funny, but I think there's probably also people pretending to be Richard Hart out there and like pretending to give these anonymous tips to people and like these breadcrumbs that don't actually exist.
I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with you on that. No doubt about that.
There's some mental fuckery going on.
For sure.
There's some, because think about it. If you found the infinite money glitch, or let's say you just bought it early.
Yeah.
Let's say you bought 1 billion coins early.
Yeah.
So you've got $10 million or whatever of pDAI. You have every financial incentive to lie your ass off to keep the game going.
Yeah. No, it's truth. It's facts. True.
Think about financial incentives, right?
Yeah. It's called bag bias, pups.
Look, I don't fault. I think it's a funny narrative. I think like if we stop pretending Richard's behind it, I think I would love to see pDAI get to $1 just on the meme value alone.
Yeah.
Why stop at $1? Why not go higher than $1? Right?
Yeah,
but like this hopes and dreams of, because not only do you have to put up billions in collateral to peg it, but you have to put up millions in liquidity to legitimize it and allow people to cash out. And Richard's not doing that. He told you straight up.
Yeah. Well, Sasha says he doesn't communicate via Twitter or X.
That's called covering your ass for legal reasons.
I mean, the thought is that what he puts on there is for the other competitive companies and the 3-letter agencies to have their go at, right?
I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong, but doesn't the theory go that if the peg happens, then everyone becomes all these millionaires and they pump the whole ecosystem anyway. Like, okay, great. You want to, if in your world, if pDAI pegs to $1 and some of that money trickles down into Hex, PulseX, whatever, then I get to enjoy the benefits too. I'm just, in my head, it's a certainty that he's not. In other people's heads, it's a certainty that he is. And there's not going to be any changing their minds.
Yeah, no, that's true too. Yeah. They've, sorry. Yeah, I was talking for a long time, and it's definitely become a little bit closed off. You know, they're kind of going into this echo chamber now of intense pumping for pDAI, and they're not really talking with everybody anymore, which is always concerning in anything. I mean, in any investment thesis, right?
Yeah, look, I mean, it was kind of fun to play the game, but it's become very clear to me that anyone claiming he's still behind it is either lying to themselves or deliberately lying.
Right, right.
And you can hate me and disagree all you want. I know people get very emotional about their bags. People get very emotional because they got a big bag. I get it. So you don't have to listen to me. You can mute me, you can block me, you can do whatever you want.
pDAI to $1,000. Yeah, it could absolutely still become. I mean, look, it was always a meme with stablecoin possibilities. You know what I mean? The whole point was, look, it can absolutely still pump to $1 at some point. There's no doubt about it. Will it become a stablecoin? That's another issue. That's another thing. You know, that's been tackled over, you know, in the past as well. That, you know, a way to look at it was just look at it like it's a P copy and it's a meme and it has pump-a-metals for sure. Will it peg?
I suppose, yeah.
You know, maybe not. You know,
I suppose Joe is right here with this comment. You will never know anything. Oh, hey, Tam. He said you'll never know Richard's behind it or not, just like you'll never know he's behind the OA or not. So we do need to think probabilistically on a scale. Nothing is a certainty, but probability of RH being behind the OA, or at least an entity related to him, is probably 90+% in my eyes, versus probability that he's got a master plan to peg a broken stablecoin that is not even owned by him, where other people own all the maker tokens. Other people, not Richard.
Yeah.
That probability, probably 1% or less, to me.
So you don't think those are his tokens, the maker tokens? He doesn't have them.
The 46,000, yeah, sure. I think those might be his.
Those might be, yeah.
But we got to realize that the original maker team, the exchanges, everybody before the fork owned massive amounts of maker.
Right.
And that maker was highly centralized. All this decentralized governance stuff is, for the most part, kind of a charade, right? It's like Uniswap's governance token. Okay, sure, yeah, some of the coins are public, but Uniswap owns 90% of the governance tokens. Like, MakerDAO team, they might not own it all in one wallet, but they gave themselves enough tokens early on to basically control the whole system if they needed to. And their hope is that, you know, we shouldn't need to use things like the ESM module, but it's good to give themselves as much tokens as needed just in case.
Gotcha.
I feel like I'm going to rain on people's parades.
No, we got smart people in the chat. I mean, there's a few, you know, crazy, but we like to listen to everything. We don't have an echo chamber over here. You know, we like stuff we like, but we talk about it too, and we open it up and we look at it from all the different perspectives, and I think it's good. I think it's healthy.
I appreciate your open-mindedness.
Always, dude. Always, brother. Always open-minded. You too, man. I think you've always been quite open-minded too.
Thanks, man. And like, look, I will change my mind if I see new evidence, but the quote-unquote evidence that has come up is not, it's not very convincing. It's not even almost real evidence.
Yeah.
So far. Hey, would love to still be wrong. I'm probably not.
Yeah, look, man. If this thing pumps, great. If it turns into a stable coin, great. Win-win. I'm not against it. You know, when I see people closing off into, like, you know, closed communities and stuff, it starts worrying me as well, because that's not good or healthy in anything. But it is what it is. Is what it is, man. Coffee's very open-minded. He's one of the first people that reached out to me. I started making content, and then I started talking about PulseChain and stuff. And he sent me a message I only had like 230 subscribers, and I was clicking the delete button on the message, which was ridiculous when I look back. I was literally about to click delete, and then I just noticed like something about the spelling was actually correct spelling in the name. And then I was like, hey, is this you? Or I don't remember what he said. And you're like, yeah, man. You were just chill. You're just like, let's talk.
Oh, yeah. No. In almost all cases, it would have been a scammer. But I was actually like, in that case, I was like, yeah, dude, let's do a stream.
Yeah, it was cool. He's a very open-minded guy. He's cool. I like coffee.
But if someone's in your DMs claiming that they're me,
yeah,
be skeptical.
No, I still get a lot of those even now, especially like I get a ton, and I'll look and I'm like, okay, it's not real, it's fake, blah blah blah. It's usually
it's so
fake.
funny when they try to fake fake my demeanor, and nobody does it right. So, like some of them will be like way overly enthusiastic, like, hey bro, I'd love to get to know more, I'd love to see your private keys, bro. It's like, I don't fucking talk like that. Jesus.
Oh man, that was funny. That was cool though.
Thank you, Kryptonite.
And yeah, man, that was cool. And we chatted, and yeah, he's a cool guy. What do you even care to talk about the pDAI? Are you sick of the pDAI stuff?
I am. Well, look, yeah, I am sick of it because
you probably don't.
There's nothing good. The narratives I see coming out are clearly like grasping at straws.
Yeah.
And it's kind of disappointing to see such weak narratives right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think people like my time is probably better served just showing people other stuff because at this point I think everyone's made up their minds, right? And there's no changing people's minds, and I don't even care to at this point because like this might be a bad analogy, but if you're talking to a drunk person, right, and they're trying to argue with you, you don't argue with someone that's drinking. You just like distract them onto something else, like a new topic.
Yeah.
Right. You say, hey, look at that. Look at this over here. Hey, come over, meet my friend. Then they forget all about what they were just arguing about.
Well, we are not short on stuff to distract us and talk about. Like we.
True that.
Competition is pretty fierce right now for our attention.
Well, what is genuinely distracting me lately is this thing called the Finvesta ecosystem, which looks and sounds scammy as hell.
Okay.
But I think that there's something actually there.
Should we look at one of the charts? Which one? Finvesta?
I like Remember token right now or Gas Money token.
I'll look at Remember.
And these things just print out PLS every day. You can earn like a couple million PLS a day. For a pretty small, like again, I've only got like 1 to 2% of my bag in this.
Okay,
so
Remember. Okay.
Don't ever go overboard because it could all collapse. But this guy seems to be just rotating money around his ecosystem, making up these coins or whatever. And then there's certain core coins within the ecosystem that are money printers due to these arbitrage bots and things.
So this is the one I was actually just charting this earlier. So it's funny you said Remember because I've been exploring OG Web Chef. His ecosystem as I've had time. Obviously, obviously a lot of competition with market crash competing for attention right now. But I did start charting this earlier, and let's see. Came back. What the hell was I doing over here? What was I up to? Let's line this up. Okay. So Remember what's going on over here. So this one, you're saying you earn Pulse with it. This is the one you've been holding.
Yeah, it feeds you back Pulse and a couple of other tokens. Gas Money token as well.
Okay.
Now, I know the names are silly. They're like little emojis for the names. But this OG Web Chef guy seems to have made a liquidity web system that's somehow, it's kind of like rotational. And if you're, I defer to Hexagon Hill. He's been my guy, giving me the alpha, right? Because I'm brand new to this whole thing.
Yeah.
But apparently people kind of like, they get in this group and they all listen to OG Web Chef to find like the next rotation, the next alpha. Some people win, some people lose. But at the end of the day, people that are holding these tokens, they're growing with the money printers.
Okay.
And the PLS just drips into your wallet. You don't like do anything.
That's good. That's nice. That was love. Nitu also loves Remember token. He's loving it. Well, it looks good. It looks like we've got a break of. Actually, let me just flip it. Well, oh, it's on log right now. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like we got a little breakout right there of this move down. This is on the daily.
Interesting that you use the wicks.
It depends. I'll adjust it if I'll first look at my thesis and then I'll move it around to like, you know, like for example,
Gotcha.
if like there's more correlation here, you know, I'll use that. But it depends, man. It depends. You know, especially
Yeah, I was gonna ask because some traders have a firm rule on that. I've heard always use the candlestick. I've heard always use the wick. I don't really know.
You should never have a firm rule on it. It depends also your time frame. Like for example, I'm using the wick because I'm on a daily too, right? So if you go down to the 4, they'll turn into candles or something, right? Like up here. So it just also depends.
That's pretty good.
This is
pretty wise.
This is also a newer project too, so you don't have a ton of consistency or information, right? So, but I think that it's around here. But we can look at it like that too. Not against it. So that could be your breakout right there. I do think for now it looks like we're going sideways. It's strong. It's holding up good, man. In this dump, particularly how things are performing, his stuff is actually holding up really well, which is good. That you've got 420K volume on this one, 83K liquidity on 60. Not a lot of liquidity right now, but I guess people are not moving in and out of it. But it certainly has a lot of volume going on. And either way you cut it, you got definitely a breakout here now. I'm still learning the ecosystem, so I can't say for sure how these are going to work independently. You know how that stuff is, right? Like these bonded with all the other ones, and it's going to move up and down, and like, I got to wait till I learn about some of the other ones too. Like you said, gas.
Gas money is it's been going up. I don't know where the next resistance would be.
Gas money, yeah, I had this one saved too. Okay, so
I guess it's all the way on the top, right?
So this has got $500,000 of volume. That's nice. And look at that beautiful juicy W here. Certainly bullish. I mean, we can pull it up. That's probably let's look at the RSI here. Yeah, it's pretty bullish. Yeah, you got a really strong uptrend on the RSI. A lot of strength coming in there. Oh yeah, looking really good. So you're holding gas and remember, huh?
Yeah, and I think a little bit of Beast as well.
A little bit of Beast.
Beast is their one that's printing 5% daily ROI, which honestly, it's such a small bag for me because I don't trust 5%. It's almost too good to be true, you know?
Yeah, this is a pretty juicy hammer right there on the breakout. We probably want to see some kind of retest, but this right now looks quite bullish, so can't argue with that. Are these tax tokens?
Those are some nice lines.
Are they tax tokens or just reward tokens?
Most of them are not. Some of them are. You have to look it up on a token by token basis. Gas money, I don't believe it is.
Okay.
So it's not the taxes paying people out. It's basically bots and like the chef's own trading that pays people out.
Okay, gotcha. Ariel, you wanna show him a little bit of the cash money? You guys drop a link of what you guys want to show him of the cash money. I don't know why they want to get your opinion on cash money, but they do.
Is he a YouTuber?
He is a YouTuber, but he just popped up out of nowhere, and he won't talk to anybody except anyone who's only bullish on pDAI, which is super suspect as fuck. And then not only will he only talk to people about that, he started pumping some other random tokens. So he just looks like a master shiller.
Probably just pumping his own. I mean, look, that's what everyone does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do. I talk about my bags, right?
You don't talk about XRP?
But I also understand that what's good for certain bags, even that I don't own, is actually good for everybody. Like, fuck, if Bitcoin goes up, if XRP goes up, that's bullish for the whole ecosystem. Even on other PulseChain coin, I've only started doing this more recently, but like gains are gains, man. You got to advertise the gains. Like, if some coin does a 5,000x like Finvesta did,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I missed out on it. Am I salty? Yeah, I'm pretty salty.
You're salty?
But it's, well, you know, you can make yourself jealous if you just focus, but just, you know, I don't really focus on it.
I missed it too. It did an
But,
epic run. It was like a 70, 80x, wasn't it? Something like that.
Finvesta?
Yeah. It did like a 70,
I mean,
80.
total it did a 5,000.
5,000%, right? Or X?
No, X, dude. Like, it's insane.
What? Oh
Yeah,
my God.
you can check. I mean, look, and that's why I feel like I'm too late to this chart, but there's so many other charts within it, within Finvesta.
Okay. Let's just go.
But look at that.
Let's just go from here. Holy fuck, bro. That's a 2,000.
Right.
2,100x right there.
Yeah. And to think there's people that got in even earlier.
Wow. That's great, man. There was a lot of gains going on here on PulseChain. That's great. Great to see,
People
man.
won big on pDAI too, right? So, like, congrats to anyone that won big on pDAI.
Yeah, but nobody sold pDAI because it was going to $1.
I sold it. I'm not even trying to brag. I was just like, this feels a little overheated. I'm going to sell it.
You're a master trader. That's why we love you.
I'm actually not. I'm a bad trader. I just like, I think it's because I didn't have like, I had so much doubt about the narrative.
Yeah,
So it made
yeah.
it easier for me to sell.
Steady Pup's crushed at this bull run. He's done great, man.
I'm going to be talking to that guy.
Great, man. When are you talking to him?
Next week, Thursday.
Yeah? Sick, bruh. Look, I'm going to run to the loo really quick. You want to take over for a second?
Yeah, I can't read the chat though. Or can I?
Ooh, you can't like post up things probably, but you can read the chat, right? You can see it, right, on YouTube?
No. I guess I got to go to YouTube.
Yeah.
St. Wolf Crypto. I love your avatar, man. The third eye.
I just drew that in 5
go
seconds
take a leak.
on Canva.
It's good shit. Yeah, I
Okay,
can see the chat.
I'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? How we doing? St. Wolf's got a pretty good voice, huh? Good voice for the radio. The interview with OG Web Chef is on Thursday, but we can talk sometime. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I guess I'm talking to Web Chef, not Steady Pup. I'll talk to all you guys at some point. I want to know how this system works, man. I want to know how this yield works. That's everyone's big question, right? It's like, oh, it's a new Ponzi. How does the yield work? Where does the yield come from? So that's a big concern point, I guess, and any explanation as to how the Finvesta yield works, I'm sure the audience would appreciate. Someone's saying all the influencers are out, we buy it back higher. Hey, probably not, but have fun. Have fun, kids. KD says, word up, coffee. Beyond the Matrix says, what's up? Tam Tam. Hello, Tam Tam. Thanks for coming. Pulse Jiu-Jitsu with Fast of Duel. Tell me my secrets. What do you want to know? I'm working on like SEO. This guy talking Richard not having a plan while simultaneously saying Hex has a plan. You are correct, sir. How does that not make any sense? He doesn't have a plan for pDAI. He does have a plan for Hex. It's not rocket science, bro. Listen to yourself, man. Read back what you're saying slowly. What's up, Coffee? Thanks for all the knowledge you've been dropping. Thank you, Stroked Out. OG Web Chef is amazing. Christopher says, hey, Coffee. Hello. My Ponzi's better than your Ponzi. Yeah, my Ponzi's better than your Ponzi. Magic Carpet Ride says, thanks for highlighting how cool Bistro. Yeah, Bistro OTC is a cool website, 0xbistro.io. If you want to dump some coins, or if you want to buy some coins and you don't want it to show up on the price chart, Magic Carpet Ride built a tool that's called Over the Counter, OTC. So you can go to 0xbistro.io and you can list for sale, let's say, let's say you've got $100,000 of coins, but there's only like $200,000 in the liquidity pool. Well, that's going to wreck the chart price if you try to sell it. So you can go to the OTC desk and you can sell it to a buyer off chain. Coffee, when am I launching my coin? Very soon, sir, very soon. We need a little bit of more of optimism in the chart. And it's just going to be a simple meme coin. Just a simple good old meme coin. No narratives, no inflation, does nothing. It's going to be a meme coin, and most likely the early buyers will win and the late buyers will lose because it's a zero-sum game with meme coins. It's going to be fun. Thanks for asking, Beyond the Matrix. Check out Mysore Reflection. Tokens just launched today. Ooh, I will. Where to get me a cup of joe? Derp, Coffee never listened to RH talk stablecoins. Yes, I have, bro. I've listened to every single video Richard Hart has ever made. And I've also listened to him say the stuff that doesn't validate your hypothesis. Like, hey, if I want you guys to know about something, I will tell you. There's no master plan. Tough pills to swallow. Richard Hart's not pegging pDAI no matter how hard you want him to. Sorry, guys. Coffee recommendation. What would you make internet money wallet? What recommendation would you make for internet money wallet? Well, I would like the actual, the honest truth about internet money. It's awesome. It's PulseChain friendly. It's going to be great very soon, but there's a couple of user experience issues that I think it needs. It needs to pop up in the browser, not on a separate page. It'd be really nice if it automatically recognized every coin, so I didn't have to do that manually. And it'd be really nice to have a mobile in-app browser. Then it would be just as good as MetaMask and OKX and all that stuff. Shout out to KG, he's awesome. He already knows about this, and he's already building all this stuff.
KG, we're supposed to get him on next week.
The cope on the timeline's awesome. RH, don't talk about scams and talks a ton about pDAI. Yeah, because you guys kept lying about him, bro. You guys kept lying and saying he was behind it. He had to break his protocol because people kept making up stories. Common sense hurts, I know. Zombie Robot says, saving that as a clip. You're welcome, Zombie Robot.
Well, there was definitely...
Beyond the Matrix says, thanks, Coffee. Oh, hey, welcome back. Sorry.
No, man. Look, in all fairness, there was definitely a lot of interesting things happening on chain, man. There really was. And now...
There were. I mean, the comprehensive accounting address that was in the same folder as the AMM Fixer bot was seen tweaking the MakerDAO protocol, likely to handicap it. It did accumulate a lot of the Maker tokens from Aave, and it could do something interesting, but so far it's just sat there. Also, it's actually dumped pDAI for most.
Yes, that did happen.
It's dumped pDAI for PulseX. But all part of the plan, right, guys? All part of the plan.
Coffee, while you're here, you want to look at...
Chat's so mad because I'm not saying nice things about their bags, so they're mad at me.
No, man. We want you to speak your mind, bro. There's always going to be a few of those. Yo, you have some time? Can we look at some charts? Are you down?
Yeah, I got a couple minutes. I got like 20 minutes.
Okay. So let's see what's going on here with BTC, man. What do you think? We are hanging out. As much as the S&P and everything is dumped, we are hanging out pretty good here. Look, I'll zoom out here. You guys can see this same uptrend we've been in for a long time. We're still holding it. All right, we're still in this channel. We're still inside this channel. Now, as I was looking at before, I was showing you guys before. I did draw this that the thing that would wreck a lot of people is if we just went sideways. Now I had the range of the sideways kind of bumping down here on the 300, but we are just tracking sideways, just higher than at a higher range than I was expecting, but we are doing it. Now, is it possible that at some point we're going to get a move up? Could be. Could still be possible. Let's go look at ETH really quick. What's going on here? Dixie's still 103. Damn. Whoa, look at that. Wow, the Dixie did a mad dump. It's so strange. Dixie's doing all this weird stuff. Dixie looks like it's finished. I mean, it's already come to 103. It's bounced back, but it doesn't look very strong at all, does it? Nope, not at all. Not at all. Technically, we should see a lot of stuff strengthening, like risk assets, but they're not. Now, ETH definitely does not look very good here at all. I got a target down here of about 1520 on ETH, but it's still holding up. Still holding up. but we kind of have a bit of a head and shoulders type situation there forming on ETH. And but I don't trust anything at this point. I think ETH has been completely manipulated. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, it's easy to say that, but it's also, if you're a big institution and you want to scoop some up for cheap, it's not that hard to swing your dick around in this smaller crypto market. Like the liquidity is in the billions, and these guys manage trillions. So they could put short positions on ETH while simultaneously buying it on the other side.
Yeah, yeah. What I was going on about on our last stream was these moves up on ETH were exactly timed with the bottoms for PulseChain. So we move with ETH, or we have at least so far. So we had this move here on the 6th of November. We had a big move here, the bottom here on September. These were all exactly when Pulse moved. And so we can probably expect, once again, when ETH does decide to break out and move to the upside, that we'll get our big moves as well. ETH chart makes you depressed. Well, this is the way it is, man. They could hang it out here for a little while. It doesn't have to dump. They could just keep tracking it sideways and holding it here. We can look at ETH BTC.
It is a rough chart.
It's rough. It's not a good looking chart, no doubt about it. Now, what I was hoping for is that we came down here and we'd go sideways, and we have, but we're kind of weakening more, mostly just because BTC is holding so strong. Now, the reason I have this target down here of 0.017, we got a super chat coming in right now, was just because ETH had come down here to 0.017 last bull run too, during the zombie apocalypse, before it made its epic run. So is it going to come down there again? And hopefully we can expect that to happen. And if so, we'd get this big juicy W. Let's get this super chat going. What's up, super chat? Psycho Crypto, how you doing, brother? Let's see, buddy. Thanks.
Who's that?
Thanks so much for that super chat. He says, cool stream. You guys should do this more often. You guys could rap about the occult, movies and books, psychedelics, and other tinfoil hat topics. Also, shout out to OG Web Chef, Eco Print and Fat Yield, beast mode all day. Psycho Crypto.
I like this guy.
Yeah, thanks so much, brother. I think Coffee and I could. I think, we'll do a more dedicated stream. I've been wanting him to just join one of these lives for a little bit, so I'm glad he jumped in. But we can do an extended one. What do you think? We'll talk about some other subjects as well.
Yeah, let's just do whatever, man. You can come on my channel, or I'll come on yours. Sounds like we've got the typical interests of crypto bros. Psychedelics.
Yeah.
Ancient history. Conspiracies.
Yeah, we'll do it,
UFOs.
Man. Let's do it. We'll just do a stream and we'll just riff on a lot of stuff. I guess now we're going to look at some charts because, guys, obviously it's important right now. We're seeing what's been going on here. I want to look at USDT.
Who was that chick on the screen?
It was just a random thing I just pulled, so I had an interesting super chat. I just cut it out of something and threw it in there.
It was captivating.
Good, so it worked. All right.
Yeah, you got me.
That's not the one I want. I want this one here. Okay, cool. So what is going on? What is going on? Well, USDT is still butting up against this trend line. It's the resistance it's been at for a very long time. Now, it does still look very bullish, but many times before, it's come up to this line, looked very bullish. It's even popped its head out above, and it's fallen apart and come down. And our bull runs happen when this comes down, okay? So right now, people are still holding in crypto. We don't see a big move out of risk assets. Otherwise, it would have broken this resistance and been moving up, which is what we don't want to see. That would be very bad for us right now. So we're still hoping, maybe I'll slide this over a little bit, that it's going to hit this, keep getting rejected, and eventually fall away, And that's what we want to see. I do want to see NVIDIA was leading the charge. Pretty big move down here. I've got the target for NVIDIA as $78 down here. We'll see what happens.
Looks possible.
Yeah, it looks very possible, isn't it? It's underneath every important moving average, and all of them are pointing straight down. We got a looks like a nice gap there. Maybe we do get a rally next week to move up and fill, but there's no indication that this is turning around anytime soon necessarily. And once again, it was a pretty epic move up. I think Meta too. I exited my Meta trade. And I exited up around here. when we were breaking all these moving averages, and we just have I mean, this is insane. It's 504, and this looks like it's, whoa, this is crazy looking. But once again, you got some gaps here. We'll probably go back and retest the 300. Yeah, we'll probably go back and check those. So, a lot of these tech stocks you can correlate normally with Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is holding, and that's a really good sign, I guess, for the general crypto market as well. What else can we see? Let's see Bitcoin, ETH. Let's see what Solana. We can see XRP really quick. XRP not looking great at all. Looks like it could fall apart any time here, but it's holding up. 213. It's still holding up. All right, still holding up. And Solana, what did Solana do? I got my target down here for Solana was right here, about $100. And we're making our way down there. We bounced, but it looks like it's being rejected right now, 123. So we'll probably make our way down here around that 100, low 100 range. You got a lot of support there, a lot of confluence for support there. So that might be the bottom. What do you think, man? You think we're coming to a bottom? You think we're gonna run pretty hard again, or do you think this is the start of an extended little bear market here?
Well, for the first time in a while, I find it very hard to be optimistic and hopeful. Maybe that's a sign that we can reverse, but I wouldn't be surprised to see us drag sideways for a couple more months. I mean, the tariffs fears don't seem to be done. The mainstream media doesn't seem to be ready to give up the fear porn narrative that, orange man bad type of thing. But fear is all in the heads of the minds of the people, and these tariffs typically end in negotiations. The stock market, the overall markets aren't signaling any kind of recession anytime soon. So, you might hear mainstream posts about, the probability of a recession increased, 10% or something. But these are all just the tabloid headlines of the day. The actual statistics of like M2 money supply up, inflation rate down, credit spreads low. These things signal that we're probably fine in maybe 3 to 6 more months. I would like it to happen sooner, but let's give ourselves some mental buffer of just expect more of the sideways bottom for a while, and hopefully we dig ourselves out of it soon.
How low do you think Pulse can go here?
I don't like to say it, but I think it can go lower.
Yeah.
And I'd love to be wrong on that too. What's that purple line down there that you drew?
That was just a target I had from January 6th.
Yeah, that looks like, we could potentially tap that, but it's also been...
That was this...
4?
I drew this on January 6th.
Pretty prescient.
And my target was for March 24th. March 24th. I have a lot of these targets. I just want to rub it in.
Fast Abdul.
What's up, brother? Should we give him the dancing girl for? Did he give me P-Dong again? He gave me Huffs. What's that? That's the forint from Hungary, right? We'll give him the dancing girl. Fast Abdul, he says. What's up? Thanks, brother. Please chart Inco, INCD, INCD, the Ink Dollar. You got it, brother. And thanks a lot for that super chat. He's giving me the Huff.
Yeah.
I need some Huff.
The joke is that that's a stable coin.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So I hope it's at $1.
Well, it's not at $1. Well, it's almost at $1. Yeah. So I guess that's good, right? We were getting the reputation as the chain with stable coins that pumped, but now we don't have that rep anymore. Now we have stable coins that dump and some that just stay stable. So I guess that's
well, what is that, 99 cents?
Yeah, it was like 99 cents, yeah. Looks like ink pumped a little bit, $1.23 here. It's on a falling wedge. That's good. That's generally bullish. I think it could have one leg down. I think we do need to come down here to this 86 cent range. You got a lot of confluence down there, but sadly, it is possible we do a double bottom and retest these lows of 40 cents. It's possible, you know, if this all plays out. But you got some stops. I've had 86 cents, 60 cents, and then you know, if we break 86, we'll talk about that. I don't want to make too much drama right now. What do you think about ink? You still like ink?
Still like ink. I've got a bag of it.
Yeah.
I'm not farming anymore, but ink under $1. Look, I mean, it could go back to 40 cents, but anything in this range is probably good. I would love to see it be used for maybe governance later. Who knows? Is that the chart?
Fat. Yeah. Not looking good. Not looking good right now.
No. Not looking good.
Not looking good, pups. Not looking good. But you know what? Pulse is going down. ETH is just kind of showing a lot of weakness too. And so in general, like I've said before, if those things aren't pumping, you know, alts are just going to generally weaken slowly and bleed out. It's just the nature of things. Fast Abdul, he's saying there's no redemption on Ink D for another 20 days. So that means you can take a loan out on it, correct? I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, it's a fork of Liquidity. So it's like in 20 days you can redeem your loan for, you can redeem your INC for Ink dollars.
Yeah, and this range is getting tighter, so it looks like it's stabilizing, right?
Yeah, it should be more pegged in about 20 days.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
No redemption.
Yeah, we got 4 stablecoins. That's, you know, we've got 4 decentralized stablecoins, guys. They work today. Backed by Pulse, PulseX, Hex, and INCD.
Stray Ox says a new OG WebChef printer launched today. MISSED missed. Should we check it out? Have you heard of this one? It's the first time I'm hearing about it.
No, I actually thought that I thought that was misspelling of Mysore. But
Let's check it out.
I guess it's new.
Whoa, 1.3 million already. Obviously, it's going to do its thing here in the beginning. Do some dumpage. What is that? Kind of like some spiritual, kind of like some spiritual music there. What's this? Missed 5-minute chart. Yeah, it's brand new. There's really not much to chart, not much to make of it. Good time to learn about the project. We're probably going to come down really quick and test some of these levels down here, I guess, before it goes, but don't know much about it yet. Magic Carpet Ride says, Screen Share Bistro OTC and coffee can give you a quick flyover. What is that? What's Bistro?
Oh, he's talking about the OTC desk. You're probably aware of the concept of OTC,
yeah,
right?
I know what an OTC desk is, but what's
Yeah. So we've got one, a decentralized one on PulseChain called 0xbistro.io. The number 0.
Oh, 0xbistro.io.
Yeah, .io.
Okay. Let's check it out.
And so if you want to sell a bunch of coins or buy a bunch of coins off market, off the chart, basically sell without hurting the price or buy secretly, this is your place to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So someone's selling Dark token right now. We could see for I don't know, for DAI.
Bistro. Look at that.
So they're trying to offload, you know, some large amount of Dark token. And if somebody takes the other side of this offer, you know, they can do that peer to peer.
That's kind of cool. That's very cool, man. Offer, select. Okay. But right now, so these are just what's in the offer right now. Dark, MC, Magic Carpet Ride 369, Bean, and IM, right? So hopefully there'll be more.
Yeah.
I can add my Pulse in there. Or I can add whatever.
You can add any token.
Any token
yeah.
I want, right?
Yeah.
Inactive orders.
It should be nice, if people want to
Oh yeah, look at this.
dump and not hurt the chart. It'd be nice to use this.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Look, so you can see the history of it here. People, let's see what people were selling ink for. Whoa. Somebody is selling one ink at $1.23. The amount.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can set it as high or low of a price as you want. You can actually even offer a little bit under market price to try to incentivize people.
Got you. And this is mostly if you have a bigger bag, right?
Yeah, probably more whale friendly.
Got you. Okay. Good. Nice. Oops. Well, let's try that. Oh, that's pretty cool. This is really cool. So shout out to the community who made this.
It's gonna be the Magic Carpet Ride dude.
Magic Carpet Ride, dude. Nice work,
Backwards hat dad, no, triplet dad or something.
Triplet dad?
His handle is one thing, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, man. This is super cool, man. Yeah, man. Props, dude. Shout out to...
Oh, someone's also talking about UpX token and LPX. This is a pretty cool project too.
Okay.
You basically have LPX is a really cool addition to the UpX suite of applications.
What's the...
you'd have to go to, what's that website? PLUSX.app.
PLUSX.app. This thing?
So you've got all these different things that it does. It basically runs a liquid loan strategy to buy back its own token and raise the price of UP token.
Okay.
That's one thing. They also offer decentralized validators, so you can earn much more than 10% on your liquid staking derivatives. They run the validators for you, and they're paying an average of 25% right now. And that's due to the fact that they create a lot of the blocks because they have more validators and more power. They get more yield.
Okay.
LPX is a new strategy where they're running market making bots that just buy low, sell high, and they accumulate, and they can be put as almost a single-sided LP. So you can attach these to any pair, and it's been running on PLSX versus Pulse right now for a pretty profitable strategy.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for them to open it up to everybody else to use as well. Because imagine being able to put this on your own token, right? LPX and yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's probably complicated for most the average person though.
Yeah, basically just trading bot, I guess. It's a trading bot that feeds back to the token holders.
Got you. Market maker moves. Okay, interesting. Very cool. Is there a website that has all the PulseChain dApps? Red Bull Vodka. Yeah, I think there's, if you go to PLS Start, is that what it is? PL Start? Me?
Not me.
Isn't that one of them by Frank White? Is the right one?
Yeah, I love this website.
Yeah, I think it's super cool because it just lays everything out really simple. Abdella wants me to ask you why. Look, yeah, you guys check this out. It's PLS Start. It's super easy. You guys, how easy it is. Just one page, and everything's just listed here, man. So you can see all the dApps, tools, charts, tractors. You can see all the community chats, and they're all in here. I think we're in here too. There's St. Wolf Vision, Coffee must be in here too, right? Camel Clan, DGen Protocol, Sunny's Pub. You know, all the groups, man. Here's Ink Printer, Fiat, Liquid Loans. Everyone's here. MCR Barista, on and off ramps. All right. Bridge swap options are all right here. Yeah, it's got a lot of cool stuff. Abdella wants to ask you, what is your top hex target this cycle?
Yeah, price predictions, huh? I like $1, but I could be wrong.
$1 for EX or
$1
PX?
sounds great. I know we can go past that. It wouldn't take much money to go past that, but we need retail to come back. We need to be risk on again in the macro.
Yeah, of course, for sure, 100%.
And I'm almost questioning the 4-year cycle these days. Like, I don't even know. This time is truly different than other cycles.
It is different.
Quantitative tightening.
Yeah.
You know. new president, lots of uncertainty, institutional money. What do you think is the probability that we're still in a 4-year cycle?
We had a high before the halving. Once that happened, everything's different.
Totally.
We may be surprised. I think you may get a really interesting cycle, which I've talked about a lot before. You're going to need somehow to bring in all that money on the sideline. There's about $7 trillion on the sidelines right now, okay? And risk markets are competing with money markets, okay? Risk assets are competing with them, okay? So to compete with them, they need to come down. We need to have a period of deflation, and that's partly maybe what Trump is doing with destroying demand for a little bit and forcing the hand of the Fed to make it competitive again for risk assets. And we may get a drawdown, but it may not be the start of the bear market, which I've talked about before, which in a way would wreck the 4-year cycle a little bit, right? So everyone would think like, okay, it's over. I'll see you back in 2028. But I do think something's going to happen that'll force the hand of the Fed, and they'll kick into play maybe Q4 of this year, and it'll drive us into a cycle. 2026, maybe it begins, and then we really peak in 2027, 2028 even possibly. I really think so. And I agree. You kind of just said all the potential thoughts that were swimming around in my head. So, nobody knows for sure. Yeah.
But that's a possibility that I can see being a potential future timeline. And unfortunately, man, I have to go. It's almost 5 o'clock. I got another call.
I got you, brother.
Everybody, go like and subscribe to this guy. What are you doing? Press that like button. Press that subscribe button. You guys are awesome for all still being here. Doesn't matter what I think about, whatever coin. If you disagree, it doesn't matter. We're all going to make it. It's PulseChain will survive. So hang in there. But thanks for having me, St. Wolf.
Coffee, man. It was great to see you, brother. We love you. And it's great to have you on the show, man. We'll chat again.
See you guys.
All right. See you, buddy. Crypto Coffee, man. It's great to have him, man. Been a little while since I talked to him. Everybody smash the like button. Love to come to your show anytime. Magic Carpet Ride says, thanks, Coffee and St. Wolf Vision, for the shout out. We'd love to come on your show anytime to discuss the entire ecosystem. We for sure will definitely have to set that up. I'm definitely going to check out some more. And everyone, if you're not subscribed to Coffee, definitely do it. He's an amazing guy, just a great guy. Let's go look again at some of these charts, all right? That's what we're here to do. Tam Tam says we go for the million X. Hey, I hope so. I hope so. This is the psychology of a cheat sheet. You guys have seen this before, okay? This is just the way you want to think about this is really simple. There's a markup in price, and there's psychology connected to it. And then there is a markdown in price, and there's psychology connected with that. And then there's just a little bit of sideways, and then it repeats. And then there's a remarking up of said asset, and then a markdown of asset. It's true in gold and Bitcoin and NVIDIA and Tesla and whatever asset you want to look at. It's always the same. From tulips to Tron token, whatever it is, man. Wolf Chat, what do you think about hex maxis that don't believe in RH's forked copy vision? Well, the word is that was an attempt, and maybe some people said that now it's over because it didn't work. I think that there's still probably something to it. He went through an awful lot of trouble to copy everything, and I'm sure he made a lot of enemies in doing that too. I doubt it was just for naught. I'm sure there's more plans. I think we'll probably see a lot of pumps in the future, whether that, with pDAI and Aave and, Pepe or whatever it is. I think you can probably expect to see a lot of pumpage with these copies in the future too. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think the tokens that RH made, as far as like Most and Pump and all these, they are memes that he made, and they'll definitely pump. Yeah, for sure. They're gonna pump, no doubt about it. RH is one of the biggest holders of most of them too. Now, one of the ones I like Pump a lot because it connects to Pump tires, so it makes sense for him to want to promote that really well. We can go look at that. We can look at Most and Pump. Then we'll look at some of these other ones really quick too. And you guys bring it up. Yeah, we'll look at PLSX and some of these. PulseChain, is that depression or disbelief? It's definitely not disbelief. I think that we could be in depression. We probably left anger. We're going into depression. So we'll go sideways. There's not a whole lot more downside. Most of the sellers are gone. Maybe you get a little bit more downside. My target was 0.000013. Maybe we'll get down there, which is a little bit lower than where we are. Whether we hit it or not, I'm happy with my TA. We got it's about as for the fact that I did that TA 4 months ago, without when we were up here, and people ignored it. I'm stoked that I got pretty damn close. Even the BTC one we were looking at, where I realized we were going to track sideways, was pretty surreal. But yeah, we could be just down here in this area, so you can expect some like ups and downs and sideways chop, while people just feel very dark. Because you feel that, right? You feel like, oh, your money is lost, your retirement, what you saved for your kids, whatever, nothing played out. So that's a normal emotion that you would feel at these lows, right? We could even be at capitulation, Maybe we have sideways to go in front of us. But the point is, these always play out. Because then after this, there'll be a move up. We won't believe it. And the only reason you don't believe it is because you need time for anger and depression to play out. And we might not be in these yet, because those take a little bit of time. So maybe, I think when I showed this picture, where'd it go? I was hoping, because 4 months ago, I didn't know what was going to happen. If you go back here to this, I was hoping we'd come down, hit those, and we'd be able to take off. But usually that would happen if we were starting the bull run. So this could happen in Q4 or whenever the macro changes. But right now, we don't have evidence of getting a V-shaped recovery right now, right? But remember, BTC is still holding, and it's still holding. So we could be surprised. There could be a massive reversal coming in a week or two that we just don't see right now, right? So maybe there is a V-shaped recovery still yet to show itself, okay? It's very possible. But if it doesn't show itself, then where were we? Is this a chart? Then what we'll get is just that sideways chop, right? You'll just get whatever it is, right? Up, down, maybe another low before we make the move to the upside, right? That's all that means. It doesn't mean you just keep going lower and lower necessarily, right? And the SEC case is wrapped up in 2 weeks, but what concerns me is they've timed it with possibly, if we do have another pump rally, then the markets make another low around the end of this month. That's another possibility. Or we start to form bottoms now over the next week or two, and end of this month, everything rallies into May. And we have an epic rally into the start of summer before everything sells off or what have you. So, we got to keep an open mind. But yeah, the SEC case is going to wrap up here in... Well, it doesn't wrap up. It's the deadline for the SEC to provide more evidence for their case. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, are they going to find more evidence? Are they going to propose something new? We don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean it just wraps up, right? Yeah, you've been angry and depressed this whole time. Literally, this has all been anger and depression. Let's just look at some more charts. What were we looking at? Here's PulsePup. Let's look at PulsePup really quick. So, you can see this psychology. You see everything kind of applies. We've come up. We're doing a markdown right now. And we came into my purple box. We bounced pretty hard. Now, is it the case where, it's about to do, to do that? I mean, it's possible. But it looks to me like a lot of charts are itching to do, this and go sideways for a second. And then start the markup period again, right? So sometimes you need a little bit of this, and you've seen it before. And if I were to zoom out, you can see how it made this peak here, and it made this, and then it gets ready to go again. So you could see something like this, right? Get a nice inverse head and shoulder down here, scoop around, and get ready to move again. But we got to see what's going on. Trump is doing some interesting things, but inevitably he wants to get his goal to get the Fed to pivot. So even if we get some big juicy rally, it may not be the start of the next bull run. It may just be a rally before we make another low in all things, right? We can get a big rally and then come down and actually enter my purple box and consolidate, because this would be like where I would think, right? So you come in, you know, this is where you DCA into any whatever you're looking at, and we'd go. But PulsePub did amazing. Let's see what we did from these lows down here. It was epic, did really well. 50x, roughly, really juicy, really nice. This is a great project by SteadyPup. One of the devs I really like on PulseChain, so I'm gonna definitely keep my eye on this, and definitely something I was holding from way back here in 2023, 24. I got into it, and you know, he's doing good work. People are anxious and fearful. All right, pups, what's going on? We got about a couple thousand people watching, and only how many likes? 52 likes. Yo, it's messed up. Everybody smash the like button. Let me see what's going on. We had coffee on the show. You can tell people are in depression because just views and engagement with crypto in general is down massively. People are feeling it. Which probably means we'll probably get a big juicy rally at some point, leaving a lot of people out of it. Let's look at Teddy Bear. Now, Teddy Bear came down hard. Absolutely capitulated there, but it is in this falling wedge, which is extraordinarily bullish. It looks like it's making an inverse head and shoulder down there, too. We can look to see if we get some, what are we on the daily? You know, Teddy Bear never touched the lows in on the RSI. So, I mean, I think it's possible we come down one more time and smack into these, into the 20s range, which I want to see us come down under here again, the 30s, you know, which is possible. And Teddy Bear is still a solid meme. I think absolutely this is going to have its day. You don't get a shape like this unless it's hinting to you that it's going to absolutely melt faces at some point in the future. So, not financial advice. I'm not saying it's now. I don't know when that reversal is. But, you know, it's a $5 million market cap. Might be a nice place to start building a position for sure. Let's go look at, so we're learning about all these. Looking pretty bullish. PTGC has made a juicy bounce in this purple box I've had down here forever. We'll see if it comes down to my lower target as well. You'd had a pretty standard move up here. Elliott impulse, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm expecting, you know, probably A, B. I don't know where the 50%, maybe it's there, you know, something like this. Okay. And then maybe we just chop. And then we get ready to go and go again, okay? So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Now, when this happened here, when this came down, this was June of 2024, and it ran up all the way into that bullish thing we had at the end of the year. And it doesn't look like the macro environment is going to support that yet, so we got to look for that. We got to look for that. Get rid of this. Yo. Has that dysentery. What I've been chewing on is these, I stopped doing the cough drops. I've been doing licorice. Yeah, for the cough. It's working. My cough's getting less deep and stuff, so it's going. Everybody's coughing. I've been, you know, wherever I've gone out, coffee shops, sitting out, you know, cafes and stuff, like a lot of people have been coughing, so whatever went around. Hexy Gains, thanks so much, brother. Smashed it 5 hours ago. Oh, we got some likes in. Oh, you guys were... no. Did the likes go down? How's that possible? You guys are a trip. You guys are a trip. It's Friday night, man. People are depressed. You know, you can see people checking out a little bit, which is totally normal. Abdallah, you're on point, man. I'm telling you, this is a falling wedge. He says he's had a dream about... Look at that. I mean, look at that. That is epic, man. And, you know, we could still go down a little bit lower. There's no doubt. I mean... I'm seeing some bullishness here for sure. Maybe the bottom is close. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you got the MACD already moving up there. That's pretty strong. Stochastic is talked out on the... Yeah. Look at this. Nice, dude. So maybe Teddy Bear still could be one of the biggest runners, man. This is strong. Very strong. Falling wedge, bullish divergence. MACD is looking strong. Stochastic is just consolidating here at the bottom. So you better believe when it rips from down here, it's going to be quite a strong move. So Probably want to have your bags packed there on that one for sure. I don't know what's going on with. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at most too, right? Yeah, let's go look at most. And oh, really? What was that? Atropa. Most and pump. Let's go look at those. Yeah, well, no, God's gift. Didn't the Atropa, you guys need to correct me on this, didn't the Atropa dev burn the contract or something where, like, they can't mint, or they burned what they minted? Yeah, it's it's black licorice, exactly. Hot Hex. Yeah, you guys need to tell me what's going on with that, because here's Atropa is dancing down here. I mean, look, man, it's filled. Everything in the charts has been backfilled for the most part. I think there possibly is a little bit down here that could be tackled. If it's... Yeah, there's definitely some air down there. If we go lower, I mean, some of this stuff will fill, but then it's going to be extraordinarily bullish. Yeah, so what's going on with that? Didn't the Atropa dev burn something about the treasury bill? So now, let's see, he says, Abdullah, in the dream... Saint, you were saying we trust in Teddy, and the background was PulseChain influencer hating on your comment. Oh, that's a bullish sign. Let's see. He renounced T-bill and burned a bunch. That's great. That's a good sign. Definitely doesn't look like a guy who's running off. Let's see. Fast Abdul says the Atropa dev still owns 97% of the treasury bill supply. Reloading scam. So reloading scam, pups, is when pretty much he's getting you to buy back in, liquidity goes up, and then this person extracts again. Okay, so we'll see. Let's see. There's no guarantees here what they're up to. Somebody who's close to them. Now, they haven't just taken off, though. They're still here. So either there's two things. One, they have good intentions in the long run, or B, they just think people are gullible enough to keep buying into their thing, and they're going to keep extracting. You got to make that call for you on what you think that is. So Atropa, how much did they extract already? All right, Most, what's going on? Most is strong, looking bullish, has a lot of whales in it, a lot of big bag holders. So, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, you got a big breakout here. Definitely bullish, without a doubt. You only retested, what did we hit? We hit 0.025 cents. 0.02 cents, 0.015 cents. So what the fuck? Oh, somebody cheated. Oh, that was when what's his name bought in and a bunch of people cheated. So I do think we're gonna see some lower targets hit on this. All right, you've got an ascending wedge here. I do think we're gonna come back and definitely at least retest 0.025. That is pretty certain on that for sure. Pump came down and tested. What did it hit? It bounced here, 0.0042, 0.0035. Didn't get hit. I think that this is very similar too, right? Just generally, I think they'll keep pumping a little bit more, and you'll probably find that they're probably just pushing back up to like, you know, one of the fib levels here. Probably just come up and okay. Yeah, it's gonna come up to at least that 236. So right about there. It's a lot of resistance. Possibly be rejected. I think more sideways than down is going to come for these, but these are great, man. These are great memes. You know, enjoy the pumps, trade them. RH made them. Yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere, but don't be surprised if you get some chances to buy back again at least 0.025 for most, and at least 0.004 for pump tires. You know, we'll come back eventually back into that range. Don't be surprised to see that. But then, you know, we'll get some big pumps as well on these. But enjoy the pumps, because these could still pump pretty hard, and RH could definitely certainly do some fake outs here, right? Instead of breaking down, we could break up, right? We could come up and retest something before we come down. So some of these moves are definitely possible. So most pulse, we need to look at Pulse X or Sonic. Sonic's not looking great right now, okay? And a lot of people were talking about Sonic, so I wanted to look at it. Let's see what happened here. Let's see what's going on here. Guys, I do these really quick and rough, okay? I'm not taking these to the pip or anything, just really looking really quick. So do we have, I don't know. Oh, that's all I got for this chart? Okay. I just started looking at this. A lot of people were talking about it. Yeah, that's definitely going to go a little lower for sure. Let's see, Mist. That was that new one that came out. Let's come over here, look at Pulse X. Oh, the fortune lady teller. Yes, let's get a hold of her. I'm going to send her a message. I forgot to message her this week. Maybe I'll message her tonight or tomorrow and see if she'll come on Sunday. That'd be great. That would be great. And I also want to get Stefan Burns back on the show. And to be honest, I want to do another I Ching, man. That I Ching for pDAI was eerie. It was spot on. And I didn't know anything about I Ching before that day. And now I'm not saying I'm like a full-on believer, but I definitely would love to hear the I Ching, look at some of this stuff. Okay, Pulse X, we have fallen out of here. We are being rejected at old support, it looks like to me. We've retested support. We're being rejected. We are going to break to new lows. Almost certain about that. Is that already played out? No. Oh, yeah. So my target here, I just do this really quick. So yeah, I think we're going to come back and test this right here. Okay. So we're probably going to come back to what is that, 5 zeros? Jesus. 5 zeros, 9. Yeah. I think we might come down and retest some of those. It's possible. But definitely, I think we'll come down to here, 0.000012, this line of support here. I have a feeling we're going to come down there for sure. And once again, well, Pulse isn't very strong. It is what it is, right? The whole ecosystem is connected. Yeah. We can go to the weekly too. Let's see what it's giving us here. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to do a ton of like in-depth analysis. This is going lower, right? I mean, a little bit lower. It is what it is. You're being rejected right there. You're falling out. We're going to look at it against Pulse too here. It's still holding up ratio-wise against Pulse. Very strong. Very strong. Very interesting. Very cool, man. Yeah, the ratio's staying... Yeah. It's holding up. Holding up to what it was. Let's go look at Hex. You guys want to see Hex? Let's look at this treasury bill, too, while we're at it. Let's see. Let me close this out. Crash the system. PTGC. Let's come back here. All right. So, Hex is going to come down here. Back to test these lows at 0.004. We are down there. Is what it is. Already come down. Okay. We'll probably build a range in here. Like I said, you'll get V bottoms if it looks like the market's going to do that. Otherwise, you'll just build some ranges. And it is what it is. My main thing was EHEX had me worried. Let's see what's going on. So EHEX is breaking down. It's coming back up to retest. And actually, what the hell is that? Oh yeah, I mean it's short-term bullish right now, but it's broken down from a major area of support. Okay, a very major area. It's broken down, and it looks like it's coming up to retest, and doesn't even look like it's strong enough to do that. To be totally honest, even though it's bullish, maybe it pushes up a little bit more. But my target for that, and I've told you guys, I think my target for that was 0.0005. So EX might add another 0 if the macro environment does not change, and it could take us down to 0.0005-ish, 0.0006. Okay, is what it is. It is what it is. Gosh, Hex is such an edge for long term that no one cares about it until it's too late. RH is innocence. PulseChain is future. What's up, Benny Blanco from the Bronx? Smash that like button. Yeah, I mean shit's wrecked. Yeah, actually the target's 0.0004. Is what it is. Is what it is. What is this treasury bill? What's this going on around here? So you renounced the contract and burned some? All right. Well, in all fairness, this is also looking to me like a falling wedge, very similar to Teddy Bear. So maybe Teddy Bear and this are kind of connected, because maybe this is going to run hard too. I don't know. I just look at the charts. If you didn't tell me what this was, if I knew nothing about it, I would probably say this is going to turn bullish. And you know, I don't even hold any of this. I'm just looking at the chart. That's it. I'm just looking at the chart. Don't look at most without looking at Ricky. Yeah, I mean, this looks... I mean, technically, it could be bullish as fuck. I don't know. I had to find out what's going on with this. I don't know much about it. Let's see. Let's look at another OG Web Chef, one of his originals, Infinity Token. Did some pumpage. Let's see. A lot of these are holding up. Came down a little bit, showing a little bit of weakness there. But pumping back up. His whole ecosystem's getting a little bit bullish, it looks like. So let's get some good signs here. Definitely touched down in this liquidity. Up above lots of support again. I don't need that anymore. Get rid of that. Get rid of this too. I don't need this shit. All right. It's kind of in a high range. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it came back down because it's making lower lows here. We get the next one comes down and touches the lower part of this rectangle down here at 116 bucks-ish. But I guess that would be a buy looking at the patterns. But it's also done these moves before, right? You can see it back here. So maybe it does come down and touches lower, but then comes a little bit under it like this, and then before it goes up, just like it maybe did here. Could get something like that, right? Possible. What else are we gonna look at here? We looked at PTGC, compare, DAI, pWBTC. You guys want to look at purple? Look, purple Bitcoin is holding up. Okay, once again as well. I mean, obviously, I thought this was a good buy up around here. We had 300 to 600 something kind of range here, but yeah, we know everything fell apart. Now the problem I'm seeing is it's bullish, but it's coming right into this heavy area of resistance right now. Okay, at about 300 bucks, let's say, just roughly. Okay, around 300-ish bucks, 320 bucks. So we don't want to get a rejection there, or we're going to retest some lower targets. But so far, you know, we could certainly come back and test 100-ish bucks. Okay. But we'll see what happens when we get here. Do we get rejected at about 310, 320? You want to see doubt? All right, brother. It was good seeing you. Magic Carpet Ride. We'll see you again. Check out the doubt chart. What's doubt? But I doubt this the P-copy narrative is over, man. Some of these are strong. Oh, that's quite a pump, man. That is the serpent, the dragon. Look at that. Interesting. What's this? Another reflection token? What's this? Doubt. Okay. This is bonded with ink, so you can expect a lot of downside in the near future once this pumps over, I suppose. Right now, it's definitely made a big move up. I would say that it looks like, look, it's too new. I can't. And it's fucking brand new. 15K volume. It's a baby. But I would say in the natural, you know, this is a tweezer pattern right here. I think it's called a tweezer pattern. Either way, it's usually a reversal pattern, whether it's at the bottom or the top, right? So you can probably count on something like this playing out to the downside when you see these tweezers. Not only that, but you got a bearish engulfing here right after that. So if it ever does break down, yeah, you'll see this candle. Oh, yeah, come back here to these highs. Yeah, retest some of that. So that makes sense. That might be your entry right there really quick, DG, if you're looking at it. Come back and retest those highs, right? Makes a lot of sense. So you probably see that fall apart there soon. So now you know what this pattern is. We'll see how it plays out. But like I said, it's brand new. It's low liquidity, low volume. I mean, it could just pump just because it wants to. Doubt killing big whales in that one. Doubt? Spain. Oh, okay. Vidian, what's up? It's Flex Mass. Yo. Yeah, I want to go back really quick and look at, so you guys know this chart, right? Let's go back and look at BTC and what's going on. Look, man, I don't know what's going to happen, okay? Like nobody does, right? I just chart, and then I've been a lot of the things I did over the last couple months, they've played out, okay? There's definitely still a lot of fuckery in the markets, all right? There's no doubt about it. Here's what I think, just my feeling about what could happen, okay? Only because there's still a lot of bulls in the market, and I don't see us going into a big, I mean, anything's possible, man. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth here. I don't know. ETH has got to reverse here at some point, but I know that's what the market makers are thinking. We're thinking that it's going to reverse. So people are buying ETH. There's no doubt about it. You've got bullish divergence, okay? You have to recognize that people are stepping in, okay? It doesn't mean we can't tag some lower prices, but from what I see, I don't see it falling apart. I think this is a game of time. I think they're seeing who can last long enough to make the bull run. Now, I don't know when that is exactly, but I do think there's more of a time play than a price play. Now, you've got to understand that market is not just price. Markets are time and price, okay? So sometimes you just have to be able to stick it out while it goes sideways long enough to be part of the markup, all right? It's not even about whether it's going to go much lower. It doesn't have to. It can just, you can see months ago I did this BTC chart, right? You guys, I did this live. Some of you guys that have been watching my show, you guys saw me draw this shit live for you guys, where I was like, hey, what if it comes down here and goes sideways? Well, we've been going sideways. It just didn't come down as low as I thought it would do, but it's doing what I thought, because I try to think like a market maker. I try to think, what's a market maker going to do, right? Like, he's going to try to fuck up the most amount of people, right? And sometimes just going sideways is painful. So even ETH just hanging out where it is, it doesn't have to go a whole hell of a lot lower. Maybe people are expecting it's going to fall apart and go much lower, but it only goes to like 1550. You know, maybe it only goes to 1650-ish, and then it goes sideways, and then it goes up, right? It doesn't even have to go that much lower. Is all I'm saying, because it will reverse in time, and it may just be a game of time right now, where we got to just wait for them to be ready for it, right? It's yeah. We're definitely going to get a relief rally. I think that's going to come. It's just coming lower than people expected it to. All right, and because BTC is still in this range, there's they're giving the feeling. This is just my intuition. They're trying to make people feel like come here, buddy. we could go to all-time highs. And now I'm just speaking like, look, now I'm speaking to you guys like we're at the pub and I'm having a pint and I'm just fucking riffing right now, okay? And I'm just thinking. I'm not even going off a lot of technicals right now, all right? Like, it could just be a situation of they want to make people feel like we're about to break to new all-time highs now. Now, is that possible? Sure, it's fucking possible. Absolutely fucking possible. All right, and we can go over to SPX. I'll show you what that looks like too, and then we'll come back to this. All right, I have that right here. Now, like I said, I'm just having a beer at a pub. I'm just kind of like spitting, like I'm just loose. I'm not looking too technical. Now, my target here on the SPX was like what, 49.30? It's at 50. Oh, 50.70. You know what's fucked up? I was talking to one of my trader friends, and he's like, I think we're going to 52, and we've already gone past that. And I told him my target was 49.50. You can see my targets right here. Okay, you guys see that, right? So my target's right here on the SPX. All right, it's right there. Okay, so 49.50ish. Okay, let's just say that. Now we've gapped down massively. All right. People felt even here, probably when we did this gap down, a lot of traders probably were ready to hop in at 51, 52 and make this move up, okay, to catch that. But it didn't. It went way past it because 52 is like kind of right here, which we did in August of 2024 in the summer lows, okay? We're 51, 52. That's probably why my trader friend thought 52. I told him, I have the text. I was like, bro, I'm seeing 49.50. And so we did this massive gap down. So now we could have the relief rally because a lot of people got fucked up. I talked to a few other traders today, and a lot of people got fucked up, man, like bad, because it gapped down and kept going much harder. So what the real bulls are thinking right now is this, is that we are going to break to new all-time highs, all right? Fucking everybody up completely, and we're going to come up, okay, to test a new target. And that would... Okay, so the bulls want to see us... Sorry, pups. Maybe I should be on cough drops again. So bulls want to see us come up to these all-time highs, right? And leaving everybody behind because nobody would expect this move, okay? Nobody would expect this move. And if we go to BTC again, this would be called like, you know, it's called a lockout move where you're just completely left behind. Okay. Like everyone would be blindsided by this. Now, this is the absolute bull case. Okay. Is it possible? Why the fuck not? Sure. I don't think it's likely, but I'm not even saying I don't think it's likely. I'm just going to say what I think could happen, but this is a possibility. Okay. On the bullish side of it. All right, you should probably be aware of that, all right? And once again, I'm just spitting here. I'm just whatever, man. Like, it's Friday night. I want to go have a drink. I'm as depressed as every fucking buddy else, okay? Like, I want to just load up a big glass of wine and kick my feet up, man. I don't want to be doing this right now. So, like, I'm just riffing. If this happens, kind of cool. I mean, great, but it also means we're going to spill hard, too. And a lot of us will be sidelined, without a doubt. Now, I'm still in as well. I don't know if most alts would even get to take advantage of this. This would be like literally BTC dominance is just going to destroy the crypto market. BTC is going to rule, and then you'll see, you know, tech stocks, whatever, do this rally. Now, I'm more siding on something like a short-term rally, a relief rally, okay? So maybe, I don't know if next week we open and we hit my target right here at 49.50. But I think we could come back up and do like a pretty serious fucking rally though. Like we'll come up and hit like I don't know, the 21, the 50. I mean, it could even just be the 50. We're going to hit something though. Okay. And maybe it'll be bullish enough where people will think we're going to go for a thing, but I think we'll roll over. I think we're going to roll over. That's my gut on it, that we're going to have a juicy rally, but we're going to roll over. And maybe that rally happens after we hit my target, if my target gets hit, right? Like if we hit my target of 49.50 on the SPX, let's say, right? Then we're going to roll over, and then we won't even roll over at one of these moving averages. I mean, I don't know where it would be. I guess it could be at that point, you know, we'd have a fight right there probably and come down. Now on BTC, what that would look like would be something like this. Okay, so, and like I said, I mean, a lockout move could happen. We haven't fallen out of this channel, so I mean, I guess it could happen. But I think maybe something, like maybe we do have a little bit of a rally, but we come up to 93, 94, 95, and we got to break above this. I mean, and I don't think we will. And then we're going to spill, man. And I think we're going to have a pretty hard drop. I think maybe we could come back up to 62, but I think if we fall, I think it's going to be a pretty big drop. Like, I have a lot of confluence right here. You can see this target I put at about 61, 62, 63 right here. That's like a really solid place of support and confluence, and I like my lines. I trust my lines. They've done me well since December, like what I've been doing, so I'm just going to stick with it and trust my lines. I have no reason not to trust what I've been doing so far because it's been playing out decently, you know, pretty damn well. U.S. stock market trend trillion since President Trump was inaugurated. That wraps it up. Yeah, like I said, I think we could have a rally, but I think it's going to roll over. I don't know if I'm siding with the bullish, but there is a case for that, and that's why I showed it to you, okay? Now, the real bearish case would be we don't even rally into this 93, 94, 95 area to even get rejected, right? The real shitty thing would be that we already got our move up and retest, which was pretty much right here, which we went up to 87, and we got rejected pretty hard because we fell out of this wedge, and we got rejected right here at 87, and we've fallen, and we don't even get the relief rally. That would be like the bear case here, okay? And we just pitch, man. Like, we just fucking pitch. And then if that happens, maybe we do catch some support sooner. But that would be like the SPX, man. That would be, I mean, yeah, like how that would look here would be maybe something like next week we make this and we come up just enough to clear this gap maybe, and we just roll over, man, because people are going to trade this, okay, no matter what. Yeah, and you never break out, like, see this trend line here? You never make it out of here, right? You never do. You don't even get up. You maybe close a gap and then you fall over and we go, I don't know, fuck. I mean, I thought 49.50 would be the bottom, but we're already at 5,000. We could go lower, man. We could. And see how I have this, let me zoom out so you guys see kind of how I'm looking at the general market here. So this ends in April of 2027. Now, that right now, that's just me whatever, putting up a date, right? I don't know where that's going to be right now. But it's funny, when I did that pulse chart you guys saw that I put on X, I have March 24th, 25th. You know, it's crashing, and we did it almost within 5-6 days of that. It's broad-based analysis. And like, so I'm just going to leave this for now, April 2027, sure, fine. But I don't know where this number 4 is on this wave count, right? So, you know, could this go like lower? Yeah, it certainly could, man. This, maybe we come down to 45, 4,600, right? On the SPY, and we just like have a little push up and we just start crashing even harder, man. That's possible. You know, we could come down. This would be like the real bearish case, and we'd catch something down here on the weekly, like what's it, 300 or something, I don't know. And then we consolidate, and then we look at Q3, Q4, maybe the Fed pivots in Q4, end of Q4, and then you got to understand that last time, I think BTC ran from the zombie apocalypse, it was like December we started the bull run, like, right? Like November, December. So it could be a situation where end of 2025, we begin running. All right, so that would be all this stuff, right? All this happens, so that means my count would be, we already did the top. Top is in there. We'd come down, and then we'd start this mega rally that is going to blindside everyone because everyone's expecting the Great Depression. No, not on Trump's watch. I don't think we're getting the Great Depression. That's why I think, and the banner cycle is right, but like I said before, it's just off by a little bit. It's off by a year or two. It's not, it's expected that even though on the chart it says 2026 is the top, yeah, it could be 2027. The chart was made 100 years ago, pups. So you got to be a little, give it a little space here, right? So I think we run up and we actually have the big blow off top in 2027, 2028 even possibly, who knows, right? Because what'll happen is we'll blow off top, also probably still keep running. You'll have all kinds of stuff running into almost 2028. And then we have you know, the thing everyone's scared of, which is a big markdown, okay, in assets. Like, you know, we come down all the way down here to like 2,200. It's like, then that would be that big depression feeling, right? Like, you know, who knows, we'd probably come down to here, you know, to get like the, what's this, the high from 2020? Oh, from the GFC, right? You'd retest the high from the GFC, which would be like 1,500. Now that would be the Great Depression vibes right there. But everyone's expecting that to happen now. You see it on Twitter or YouTube right now, right? Oh, we're going into the Great Depression. Now, is that possible? It's possible. Sure, anything's possible, man. Maybe I'm just a bulltard, right? Maybe I'm a complete bulltard, and it's a lot of hopium, and we're about to completely roll over and go into that. But I don't know. I think that we're going to have this, a bit of a recession. People are going to think it's the end of the world. It's not. It's going to be one of the greatest buying opportunities you've ever had in your life, which is probably between now and whenever this shit fucking bottoms, okay? And then you can ride that up into 2026, 2027. That's my take, man. That's my take. And that's going to catch a lot of people off guard who are expecting things to be over 2026 or right now, right? So, and here it is, man, live. You guys saw it. We can come back to this in a few months or a year and see how I did. Saying Wolf Vision, bro, you checked with doctor. You've been coughing a long time. I know. Well, the thing with coughs, they do stick, man. And I wasn't getting sleep. That's all it was. I know that if I'd slept, I probably wouldn't have gotten sick. But a lot of people got really sick, man. And like I said, a lot of people have been coughing. I've been going to cafes, so a lot of people are recovering and stuff. So, but I definitely wasn't dressing the best I could for this climate. You know, I'm California, right? LA. And I'm out here. I love it out here, but you know, I have to get used to this climate. I'm not Slavic. I don't have these genetics. I wasn't raised here. So, you know, it'll be 45 degrees, 50 degrees, and dudes will be in shorts and t-shirts out here. And that's not me, man. DG, shout out to you if you're out there. I've been doing heat packing. So I wear, like right now I'm wearing 3 layers, but I've been wearing a lot of layers, getting used to just being hot is what I've been doing. And hopefully I won't get sick next year. Kringer for Christus, what's up? So lines up with solar eclipses in 2026, 2027. Yeah. So this is what I'm sticking to, man. I really, you know, I've studied this a lot. I've gone back and studied this for 100 years. I've looked at these charts, okay? And this is my take right now, man. I think we've been in this bull run since the zombie apocalypse, which is right here. And it's going to run us all the way here till 2027. And, you know, I'll adjust this as we go. If I need to move it, 2028 or end it, you know, whatever, we'll play with it. And I put the high 77. I think I did a fib for that. I don't remember right now. Who knows? Maybe it got moved. I'll have to double check that later. I don't feel like doing that right now. But yeah, man, this is what I'm feeling. And then, you know, obviously we're going to run. We'll have to wait. This will be our time. This is where your Fed pivot will be, wherever this is, okay? Whether that's October or whether that's July, this summer, June, July, you know, I don't know. No one knows that, but we'll play with that as we go. I don't think the bottom would be October. So I mean, it would probably be like end of summer. Then the Fed would talk about pivoting, and people would start, you know. But it would be painful, right? This would be. You're talking about at 5,000 now. I told my target right now is 49.50, but if we keep moving down to 46.50-ish or whatever, yeah, it's gonna get pretty bloody. It's gonna get pretty bloody. No, man, you're the snake. This is supposed to be great. But I think here you go, like Q4. All this pain should start to wrap up by Q4. All right, so we could be moving into really great stuff by the end of the year, without a doubt. And like I said, a few minutes ago, I showed you guys the absolute bull-tard case where we're rallied to new highs in a week or two, and then I showed you guys the bear case, which we just completely roll over. I'm kind of in the middle of all this, where I showed you, I think maybe we do have a little bit of a rally, but it's short-lived, and which is what I was showing here. You come up, you hit this, and we roll over. And then BTC, maybe we do rally up to 95, like I was showing you guys here, but maybe we don't make it up above this resistance at 96-ish, right? This area here, this big mess, okay? We got to clear it. And so maybe we get stuck. And it has to happen quick, though. Like, it's a time issue. It's a time issue. I'm telling you. Like, if we don't move up really quick here and retest some of this stuff, I don't think we're going to break it, man. I think maybe we have a little bit of a rally. If we even get that, I do think maybe there's about to be a big markdown coming after, you know, at least down here to this 62, 63, 64. People have to feel, the bulls have to shut up for a little bit before we can reverse. Does that make sense? Yeah. I know we've been buying the dip for 2 years, right? You guys have been buying the dip for fucking 2 fucking years. I feel you, man. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yo, we had a few more people out there watching, but only 100 likes, man. You guys smash the like button if you guys like the spitting of alpha. If you guys like more of this, let me know. Come to the Telegram. It's St. Wolf Vision TG. If you guys want more detailed analysis of the XPX and you want me to do more comprehensive stuff about, or really draw out some of these possibilities, let me know in there, and we'll do the next live. We'll go a little deeper. I'm gonna try to get. I got a special guest coming this Sunday too, and then I'm gonna try to get Liz, a psychic, on again, and also I'm gonna do another I-Ching thing with the with Stefan Burns, because for me it's good for my brain, because I can be technical, but I'm also creative as well. So I like when I use all the parts of my brain. So I get in here sometimes and I get really heady and logical and critical, but then I like to get a little loosey as well and creative and let my right brain connect. So I think doing things like that are more intuitive, the I-Ching, some of this stuff we've been doing, I enjoy it. I feel like it's been good for me. It's like a massage for my brain a little bit. And it allows me to just kind of look at things from all these different aspects of my personality and my intellect, if that makes sense to you guys. I know some of those talks aren't for everybody, but I feel like I need them. I enjoyed them. I'm going to do them some more. Because trust me, man, I stare at these charts a lot. And you guys can see I'm not the most, you know, I can be analytical, but for me, it wears me out, man. You know, it's intense. You know, that's like I said, I just want to kick my feet up and just chill. Like, I don't want to look at all this right now. But I want to catch a reversal, or I want to catch a move up. We're going to have a big pump next week. I want to get in there and make some money, of course. But it is what it is, man. Jummer? Jummer, what? The pDAI psychic? Yeah, we'll get him on. There's some interesting stuff there. But yeah, come to the Telegram at St. Wolf Vision. We have some really interesting discussions in there. I'm going to put up some more videos today. I was in... beautiful day here in Prague. I was on the river today. Oh, the river bar has opened. So you guys that are coming, I know some of you guys have messaged and said you were coming in April and May. The bar is on the river. When it gets warmer, the girls wear bikinis. And so what you do is you rent a boat, like you just pay by the hour. It's like a paddle boat, and you go out in the river and just pull up to these bars. And there's like 2 bars, floating bars. One is like guys that are shirtless, and one has girls in bikinis. It's fucking awesome. And just like order your drinks and like cruise around the river. It's awesome. Yeah, I was talking about possibly doing that, but this channel's become so dynamic, I may just do it here. I used to do remote viewing when I was younger, and more, you know, when you're young, your emotions are higher, and all that, and girls' nipples pegging. Yeah, we'll do some interesting stuff. I like him, dude. I don't believe in moves, but what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the city's getting fun. I want to get out there in the sun, and yeah, it's beautiful, man. I love where I live, man. It's an amazing place, amazing city. It's fucking magical. I'll put up the video I put up today. I walked around the bridge and the castle, and there was a guy doing a hand drum. You know the hand drum? And he was playing that on the bridge. I'd never heard anybody play the hand drums. Usually you just have like vintage musicians out there and stuff, but today was trippy. It's really trippy. Pegging is inevitable. Hey, man. I hope it is. It'll be great. Hey, want to thank Psycho Crypto and Fast Abdul for the super chats. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I want to thank everybody out there who's tuned in. Thank you so much for all the likes. You guys are awesome. And also all the subscribers that came in today. You guys are really great, man. Because we're just spitting mad alpha. And I know some people were mad when I put up this chart of Pulse because it came true to almost a T. But this is the kind of stuff you're going to get on this channel. When I do charts, I just do charts, man. I don't have biases when I do them. So when I saw this, I just, I did it. You can see January 6th, man. Right there. We do this all the time. I did a lot of charts, most of which came true. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Ink D to $1. We're almost there. Ink D's at 80, I think, at 99 cents. So almost there. And Fast and I are going to do some talks about Ink too, because we got to talk about Ink, man. A lot of amazing stuff coming with Ink token. All right. Yeah, man. Come. Be my guest, man. Good times out here. Good times. And yeah, I'll see you guys probably Sunday. Yeah, we'll come back on Sunday, dude. It's going to be mad fun. But I am going drinking. I need to get a drink. Everybody chill out. But at the same time, keep one eye open. If we get a juicy reversal, we'll get a nice pump. But you guys are awesome, man. And shout out to Coffee. Had a great time, man. Can't wait to see him again. You know, the pegging's coming. Like Coffee, we're going to talk again, man. Coffee's cool. We're going to chat again. We'll do some cool stuff. We'll riff. And love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everybody.